Can I hear myself in my headphone?
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh, I can hear you.
You can hear me. Well, hang on, let me try this again. So if you're not hear me, so you can either keep talking.
Hello. Oh, I can hear me.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. You've got some voices going on. So it's all about being. You want to have this, basically like a fist from your face, kind of
covering
thing.
my face though.
That's fine. It's all good.
Can I be seen though?
Yeah.
It's not like.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
If you're worried about it, you can actually just turn it around a little bit more if you want. Like you can just pick up the whole thing and just move it. So you can move it like closer that way. Yeah, there you go.
Oh wait.
That's fine. Yeah. You're looking good.
There?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yours seems lower than mine.
It is a little bit different. It's a slightly lower stand, and your chair's a little bit higher. Or maybe you just got better posture. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I know I'm being recorded.
So I usually do it whereas the other way around, so I can check like where the levels are. But I find it a bit distracting because I'm there like always just checking it. Whereas now I can't see it.
I
so.
have noticed that in your other podcast.
Yeah,
actually.
now I can't see it now, so it's all good. Right.
Oh.
Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for letting me invite myself.
That's all good. Just so you know, to make you a little bit more relaxed.
Okay.
You say whatever you want, do whatever you want. I mean, I started doing this like 5 minutes ago because I can just edit anything out.
Oh, is it recording?
Yeah.
Oh, how exciting!
See? So you say whatever the hell you want. Like I can call you a fuckface if you want, but I mean we'll probably keep that. But equally, if you don't want anything in, just take it out. So don't worry about saying anything.
Okay, because it was actually Louise. Every time I kept asking her for ages.
Yeah.
I really want to go on your brother's podcast. I
Yeah.
really want to go on it. And she was just like, she kept telling me no. She was like, you're going to embarrass me. I was like,
Because she's thinking about herself. She's not thinking about you.
selfish.
She's not thinking about the education you get from an exploratory new way of communicating with people.
Exactly.
I know.
Just pure selfish.
I know. Well, welcome to the family.
Thanks.
You get a full taste of it for
Yeah.
the first time properly.
I'm really excited.
Well, this is as exciting as it gets. So you know, it's just more. There's more of
I
this.
feel like I'm just like waiting for it to start.
Well, that's the whole point. We've been going already.
Yeah.
Should be good. So why did you want to come here? I mean, I'm not complaining, but I'm just curious.
I just thought it was really fun.
It is.
Yeah. I remember when you started, because it was last year in lockdown, wasn't it, that you started it? Or was it longer?
June 17th.
Oh, wow. Impressive.
Mm.
Wow. Yeah, and I remember sort of like seeing it, and then Louise was on it, and I just thought like, damn, this is really cool. Like, I really wanted to do it, but I kept asking her, and she was like, you're going to embarrass me. She was like, you can't talk about sex, you can't swear, like all of this kind of stuff. And I was just like, fine. And then I saw the one that then you came up on my Instagram, the harping on thing.
Oh yeah.
And I saw it, and I messaged. I was talking to, and I followed it, and I was FaceTiming Louise, and I was like, I'm going to message your brother because I want to be on his podcast. You know, is that okay? So I was like, yeah, fuck it. So I did.
Sweet.
Here I am.
Why can't you talk about sex? What's the problem?
I find sex I can talk about sex.
Yeah.
I think sex is a really interesting topic.
All right, let's go.
But
Fine. What about it? What do you want to talk about?
well, I don't know anything specifically.
What's it, do you just like the formation of the words together? You're like, it's just really pleasing to say, you know.
What's sex?
Yeah.
I just think sex is fascinating.
Are we talking from a emotional human interaction level? We're talking like bioevolutionary.
Well, I think everything. I mean, like the physical side of sex is obviously great.
The number one reason.
Yeah, but I also think it's like the emotional side and everything that's connected with sex. I just think is really interesting.
Okay.
And like sex education is something that I think could be taught a lot better in this country. For example, when you're at school, primary school, you're taught about male masturbation and everything that kind of comes with it, but you're not taught about female masturbation, which is really wrong because women masturbate, so it's fine.
It's a healthy thing for everyone to do.
Well, exactly, but the issue is like you've got young girls who have these like feelings and sensations and aren't really sure what it is or what it means and how to deal with it properly, and then they're not taught the boundaries around. It's fine if you feel like that. It's okay if you masturbate, but there are situations that you do it, like when you're on your own, when you're in private, like then that's okay. And I just think
on the bus is not good.
Exactly. Yeah, not the best place to do it. I just think there's just like a massive gap of education in sex that needs to be like confronted. And so I just find everything about it. Last Saturday, Lizzie and I were all hanging out, and we got onto the topic of sex, and we were talking about consent around sex and how even consent is something that isn't really taught, and it should be taught.
Yeah, that's fucking scary.
Yeah, because it's even things like, for example, you are taught about like abuse and things, but I'm talking about consent that's like, I've consented to somebody kissing me, but I haven't consented to somebody touching me, and them just doing it without checking, is this okay? And I think it's different if you're maybe in a relationship with someone because you already have those boundaries established. But if it's someone new, it's recognizing, actually, I haven't done this with this person before. I should ask if they're actually comfortable with this.
And also, it's different. So it's really crude, but they've named the bases really well. But because kissing is like the first stage, because it's just focused around that bit, all the cues leading up to it, everyone knows what's happening.
Yeah.
Whereas like, of touching or whatever, that there's a whole nother set of cues to that can come out of nowhere. Whereas kissing is like, at any point leading up to it whether the person's into it or not.
Yeah.
Whereas like touching, you're like, whoa, hang on, because it's a whole different set of another criteria.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it becomes more intimate and personal, and that's when. And I just think there's just a lot of lack of education. I think there's also, it comes to peer pressure, because I remember being at school and having a boyfriend, and the only question people ask is like, have you had sex yet? And actually, I think if I had been educated properly, I probably wouldn't have had sex for the first time when I did, but I wasn't educated properly, so it was a bit like, well, that's what you have to do.
May I ask when that was?
I was 15.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 15. And it wasn't a great first time.
It never is.
No.
Well, some people say it is. I don't believe them though. But
yeah, I mean, yeah, some people say it is. No.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? No one knows. No one knows what they're doing.
No.
What the fuck?
Mine. I mean, it was in the woods.
Quality.
Yeah, on a coat.
So that's actually quite cute. They put the coat down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's really romantic.
Unlike a friend of mine who was in a bush. You know who you are. Just so you can give the audience an idea, just tell everyone what you do for a living, just so I can put this into context.
I am a teacher.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's why I feel quite passionate about it. So I'm a primary teacher as well.
Okay.
And I believe in like sex positivity. So like on my Instagram, I have like a sex positive teacher, because I'm trying to encourage the discussion around positive sex. And I think also the issue is that you have, obviously it's in the curriculum for sex to be taught, but there's still part of the curriculum that parents can opt out of. So like the biology side.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, first of all, when was that ever the thing? Because I want to go back and get rid of chemistry for all of the time I did it.
I mean,
what?
like the part of sex education. So the biology part of sex is taught, how to make a baby, a person with a penis, a person with a vulva, like how to make a baby. But they can then opt out of more of the emotional side of sex, which is the side that I think, which is where like masturbation and consent and everything like that comes into.
That's probably more important right now. I'd probably start with that and then go, oh, these are the biological functions.
Well, exactly. And so I think the fact that, the kids are then not taught about respect and things. Also, the issue is, you have some teachers who have to teach it because it's their job, but don't necessarily feel comfortable with it. So then it's not taught very well. You have some schools where the teachers don't teach it, and they have a nurse that comes in, which again, I just think is ridiculous, because you're now making your teacher like a different person. Like the teachers most likely had sex, so you should just be able to talk about it.
I think they shouldn't be teachers if they haven't.
Well, but like, and the fact that a nurse comes in to teach it just makes it like very medical and everything. And actually, sex isn't...
I guess to a point, but ever start the biology side of it. So, are you? When do you think this education should start? From what age?
Well, I think, to be fair, the curriculum has changed a lot. They're now starting to introduce like the language, like penis and vulva and things from a young age, which is good. I think, because a lot of people say that they think you shouldn't be taught sex at primary school. So normally it's like year 5, year 6 when they're like 9.
I think that was for me. It was year 6, I think.
Yeah. And people think that's too young, but actually that's the age when you should be educated, because there's no point in teaching it when you've already had it, because it's too late then.
Yeah, I mean, kids are going to learn and discover everything for themselves anyway. But yeah, I think as soon as they start splitting us apart for like PE, that's when you should learn it. Maybe a little bit before, arguably. But yeah, definitely at that point. So I was that age for that.
Yeah, because I remember my sex education in primary school, and I remember watching this like really old dated video of like a man and a woman, and they're like running around the house naked and things.
Oh god, I didn't have that.
Yeah, but then I don't remember it at secondary school, and actually also secondary school is when the sex education should be taught a bit better.
Because it's when exploration starts,
Exactly.
obviously.
And
which, again, is not a bad thing. It's just you got to know what to do and what's going on.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing at all. Because I just feel like sex is meant to be fun. It's meant to be... You're meant to explore in sex. Like, explore what you're into. Explore, like, genders and kinks and things like that. Like, sex is meant to be fun. But there is also a side of sex that if you're not taught properly, then things are going to happen.
Yeah, well, it's the extreme variable is very fucking dangerous.
Well, yeah, and I mean, obviously, that's never going to stop, unfortunately. But I just think if kids are educated more, for example, I had a conversation with someone about 2 weeks ago about the fact that men don't always ejaculate after sex, and how actually it's quite common that men just can't always ejaculate. A lot of men just can't do it.
Okay. Go on.
And I asked him if he'd ever had like an issue with this with girls, you know, because then it becomes an emotional problem, because as a girl you think, oh my god, it's me, he doesn't like me, I'm doing something wrong, it doesn't feel good. As a
go on, keep going.
Well, yeah, as a guy you think, fuck, I really want to come.
You really want to nut.
Yeah, and I can't, and now she's going to feel really shit because she's going to think it's her. But again,
which if that ever happens, is never the case.
Well, exactly. But again, it's lack of education.
Yeah.
Because if they were both taught that actually this is quite common and it's a really common thing, then it would be fine, and there'd be like understanding. You might still feel a bit like, oh god, maybe it was me, but actually you'd be aware. No. And that's why I think communication in sex is a really important thing. And
it comes from, you learn from give and take for each individual partner. Everyone's different. Well, most guys are pretty much the same, but every woman definitely is different. And it's learning what each person likes. It's that sort of journey you go on together, and with the education, the confidence to actually say, this is what I like. Can we do this? Can we do that?
Yeah. Because
I'm sure most people have been in situations where they've either been with someone who wasn't confident enough to say what they want, or been the person who wasn't confident enough to say what they want, and so you might be together for a few years, but it's not going to take... It will take a year or whatever to actually say, actually, can we do this? Because up until now, I've just been there. I haven't really been doing anything else.
Well, yeah. And, like, it's all about communication and, like, establishing the boundaries, because maybe if you're with a partner and there's something that they like doing, but actually you're not that into it, then it's establishing that boundary, finding that line. Maybe it's something that you can explore together, or... you know, maybe it doesn't work. And also sex is like a really important part in a relationship. But I think even if you're just meeting someone and having fun and you're not in a relationship, there still needs to be respect, mutual respect and understanding and communication in sex. I really think that's what it comes down to.
It's interesting because I've, maybe from growing up in a household which was predominantly female, I've never had anything but positive experiences with my partners. It's not many, but obviously there's ebbs and flows like with everything, but I've never had like a one night stand, or I've never had like a typical laddish experience or some kind of shit. So I don't know whether it's just me, but I'm curious to know more about the sort of stuff about a positive experience that you're trying to talk about, and the respect kind of thing. That's interesting you said respect, because I've never disrespected someone.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if this is from like personal experience, or this is from speaking to other people that you've been like, this wasn't cool.
Yeah. So I've had a few experiences, not like loads. I'm not a slut.
You can be if you want to be.
Yeah.
Fine.
Well, yeah, exactly. Sex positivity. If I want to be, that's fine. So basically, I was sexually abused. I was groomed, which is quite a taboo subject, because a lot of people don't really understand adult grooming, and they think that it's not necessarily possible in adults, and that it's just children.
So as an adult this happened?
Yeah, so right. I was I actually went on for about 7 years, but so basically it's like coercive control. I was coerced to believe these lies, and for that person's own sexual gratification. So I was told all these like fantasies that I believed were true, and he was much, much older than me, and I was young and naive and vulnerable, and I was made to believe all these fantasies purely for their own sexual gratification. And actually, when you look into it, the law states that coerced consent is not consent, so it falls under abuse. And this is only something that I actually confronted last year with my counsellor. And it was something that I'd always played with I'd always kind of gone back and forth about it. I remember one time at uni and I was with Lizzie and we were in a safeguarding lecture and they were talking about grooming and stuff like that. And I was sat there and I was thinking like, this just sounds really familiar.
Jesus.
And I remember turning to Lizzie and saying to her like, I think I was groomed. And she was just like, what? And I was like, yeah, I think and I mentioned it and she was like, mate, that's not fucking right. And then I was like, no, it's fine. And that was like 2 years ago. And then it wasn't until last year that I actually kind of confronted it and was able to talk about it. And then since then, I try to talk about it as much as I can, really, because it's hard because people think, but you're an adult. So, you know, I was over the age of 18. So technically I consented as an adult. But when it's coerced consent, you're made to believe a lie. Yeah. So it still falls under like a form of sexual abuse because you're physically violated, sexually violated, you're emotionally manipulated. And, you know, I say it went on for 7 years, like the sexual side of things didn't go on for 7 years, but the manipulation and the control that this person had on me went on for about 7 years. Like they could just come into my life and fuck everything up and I would just do exactly what they wanted because I just felt this pressure to please them and make them happy and make sure they were okay. And if I didn't do something that they asked for, then I would like then be punished and they wouldn't speak to me for ages and things like that, and I would feel shit. So I think that's why now I'm very much pushing for like communication. And also again, it's like lack of education. I didn't know that was a thing. And if you ask a lot of people don't know about adult grooming and coerced control. And also there's not much there's nothing out there. I've done tried to do a lot of research and like with my counsellor we've tried to find things together, but actually it's all child grooming, which is obviously, you know, still happens and it's awful, but it does happen in adults as well. And also I think people potentially may be in like a coercive controlled relationship but aren't aware that that's what it is because adult grooming isn't discussed.
It's not, because with the grooming for children, there's a very clear delineation of power, whereas adult, child, like, it's very obvious this is wrong straight away. Whereas when you get a more adult, I'd imagine people would think it's more of a grey area. I'm sure there's an aspect of shame for some people who have been like to varying degrees. Embarrassment is the wrong word. Again, no, but it's true. I know. I feel inadequate to speak on this because I've never experienced this, but I'm just trying to empathise. Yeah, no,
and it's true. Like it took me a long time to be able to like confront it and say it out loud. I remember the day that I said it for the first time, I went for a walk with my mum in Clayfield Copse, and it was really windy, and I was like, I had my session today, and I was like, something sort of happened, and it was like the first time I said it out loud, and like my mum just like burst into tears.
Yeah, of course.
And like I have been really up and down about it because sometimes when I think about it, sometimes it like makes my skin crawl to think that I allowed someone to take advantage of me in that way. But again, I just think that's why I'm trying to turn it around and just see it, you know, as a positive way to then try to educate and have this whole like sex positive attitude, because I just think, again, lack of education. If we were educated about those kind of things, then maybe I could have seen the signs or something like that, just being a bit more aware of everything. So I suppose for me, that's part of the reason. And also, you know, other situations where people are just shit.
Hey, some people suck.
And I mean, it happens. Like, you know, you'll meet someone and they'll say one thing and do another, and you just think, fuck's sake, like...
got me again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But communication, that is all it is. Communication and sex.
Yeah, I think with the particular situation you've had, because I think it's like a really exaggerated catfish kind of thing.
But yeah, really. Because I was told this fantasy.
So... You were, how old were you when you first interacted with this person?
I was 18.
Okay.
And they were about 12 years older.
Okay.
And yeah, and they just made me feel very special. I was like, yeah, I was just made to feel that I was really special and I meant something to them. And also I'd gone through, so I haven't had great experience, to be honest. So my first boyfriend stole my car.
That's almost funny.
Well, no, yeah, it is.
Okay, that is funny.
So like, he stole my car and wrote it off the road.
Incredible.
I'll show you a picture.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like, wrote it off the road, and so that happened, and then I met this person, and they knew that this had happened, and I was in a very like vulnerable, and they were older, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, this person is giving me attention, it's making me feel special and sexy and everything like that. But actually they were just horny, and I was an easy target. But they were selling me this fantasy, we're going to run away together, we're going to be together, you know.
Wow, okay.
All of this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like the fake savior complex kind of thing.
Yeah, 100%. But you know, obviously now I know that it wasn't, it's not true. And you know, my family and friends know who it was, and I have confronted them about it as well.
Good. Wow.
Yeah, I sent them, you know, a big message like last June or something. But you know, I just sent it, said what I needed to say, and then like blocked it, and just kind of never looked back really. I've got no reason to do it again. And they actually turned up on my Instagram like, I don't know, November or something last year, and as soon as I saw it I was just like, block, like just don't want any of that in my life. So it feels like a bit more empowering now, because I've completely taken back control. There was always this element of like control they had over me. They could just click their fingers and I'd be there. They could just send me a message and I'd reply, even if I knew it was wrong, and I knew it was wrong. But now there's nothing. They've got no control over me anymore, so it feels really good.
Well, that's fucking awesome. Well, cheers.
Yeah, well, thanks.
Because there's that aspect to it. I mean, the confronting is brilliant, blocking's brilliant, but I think the most important one is that the people who are close and know you know as well.
Yeah.
Because I know people who've, you know, been in abusive relationships or been raped or whatever. And the thing that always didn't weird me out, was like they kind of denied support to themselves by not telling their family. I'm like, I kind of get it, because one of their rationales was like, I don't want my dad to go to prison. I went for killing the person, you know. Yeah. For then taking retribution, I was like, yeah, cool, fair enough. Because you know, just from people telling me this stuff, I'm like, I want to go hurt someone.
Yeah.
I'm like, I really want to go hurt someone. And I could, it's not hard, but I'm just like, but yeah, they're just the people I've spoken to, interacted with, who had those sort of situations. They don't tell their parents, or they don't tell their family. I'm like, why don't you tell them?
Yeah.
Because okay, they'll cry, fine, but you've got that support, and you're not denying yourself that extra avenue to talk to, because you need to talk. You can't just sit on it.
No. Coming
from me, who sits on most feelings. I don't anymore, actually. I used to be really bad at it. I used to just sit on stuff. Like, something would annoy me, I wouldn't say anything for like a year, and then I'd get angry.
Yeah. So. Petty.
Petty, being a typical man. I don't know how you want to describe it, whatever.
No, but it's true. Like, definitely talking about it. So my dad was the last person I told.
Good move.
Yeah. And I asked my mum. So my mum was the first, and then my best friend Andrea, she was the second person I told, and that was quite emotional. And then I like told my sister, and you know, kind of went through people. I told my nonna when she was in hospital, and then I told my dad. Yeah. Okay. Italian. I told.
Hang on. Okay, we'll circle back to that in a second. Carry on.
Okay.
Carry on.
Yeah. So then I told my dad, and I was really nervous about telling my dad. Actually, my dad and my brother. My brother Bear, he gets really angry even now. Sometimes I'll talk to him about it, because he understands it. He kind of went through something once, and he understands it, but he's like, if I ever fucking see him, he was like, I swear to fucking God, like, he gets so angry. And my dad as well. And I was really nervous about telling my dad, but actually weirdly, telling my dad, it felt like, to me, he was like the most important person I had to tell. So when I told him, I suddenly felt this like massive relief. Yeah. And when I actually weirdly like prefer talking to him about it than I do anyone else now.
Interesting.
Yeah, I can't really explain why. He just understands and he's empathetic and everything. But yeah, I was really nervous, so I got my mum to come in as well. And I sort of sat on the sofa and I was like, I need to tell you something. But he was just really, he just said to me, like, what happened? And I sort of said, and he said, did you have sex? And I was like, yes. And then he was like, okay, like, it's fine, don't worry about it. You know, he said, like, you were the victim, but you're not a victim anymore, so just remember that. And I also hate that word, like, victim, but it's like,
sometimes it's appropriate.
Yeah, and it's like, but you are a victim of abuse, but now I'm not a victim of it anymore.
Oh, absolutely not. No.
So.
Yeah, I think the distinction needs to be made if it's still ongoing, then you are. Otherwise, nah. It's a past tense term.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it should be. Yeah, that's good. Well, I mean, I think it comes from a natural. The anger side of it, I think, comes from a natural. If you're a healthy male, I did hear that about it doesn't matter, male or female, whoever, anyone's close to you. You're like, okay, I'm gonna tear shit up. It's like I want to go hurt people now.
Yeah.
It's because that's not on. That's not fucking allowed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I think one time the first time this sort of affected me, I got this call at stupid o'clock in the morning. I was asleep. That happened like 3 times in a row or whatever. So I woke up at 6, like, what the fuck is this? And then, like, they told me, like, at like 6 in the morning, what happened. And I just remember staying on the phone until they got home. I think, like, the police took them home or whatever. And then I went into my garage. I had a kickback at the time, and I was just stayed like 20 minutes just hammering that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know. I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know.
It's you don't know where to put those emotions.
No, I didn't know how to deal with it. I was just like,
yeah,
what the fuck? Because it's until that point, it's just like books, you know, TV, films, whatever. You're like, oh, okay, it's nasty, but it's separate. It's like never anything there. And then you're like, shit.
Yeah, it makes it real. And it's weird now, like you mentioned films and stuff. Like, there's a series on Netflix called The Fall, which is about, he's like a murderer, but he like grooms this 16-year-old girl, and it's so weird watching it now. So if I watched that before, I would look at it like a fantasy, and I would think, oh my god, she loves him and they're meant to be together, but they can't be, but they love each other.
So like 9 years ago, that's how you see it.
Yeah.
Got you.
I would have watched it like, oh my gosh. And then my mum and I were watching it a couple of months ago, and it got to the point, and I said to her, I was like, I cannot watch it.
And of course not. No.
It was making me feel so uncomfortable. I was literally watching it thinking, oh my god, you poor girl.
Yeah.
Like, I feel so sorry for you. Whereas, like, years ago, I would have thought, oh, she just loves him and she wants to be with him, but she can't.
Whereas you're there like, I know where this goes.
Yeah, like, you fucking arsehole. But
to her or to him?
But I think it's good to have those emotions. Like,
yeah, I think with the thing that I struggled the hardest with is knowing how to deal with them. And yeah, I'm you know, I just there's so few people I've spoken to about it because it's not my place to.
No.
Because it's not my story, but it still obviously affects me because I like to think I'm a well-rounded human being, and hearing atrocities that's done is fucking horrible. Yeah,
and I think it's normal that it does, but it's like sometimes you see things on the news and it just makes you like, what the fuck? How can somebody do that?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but it's hard. It's just finding ways to kind of like control that, like put that emotion somewhere. But I think feeling that anger sometimes is really healthy. I think sometimes even I don't necessarily get angry. No, sometimes I do, but not like physically angry. But I literally am just like, you fucking arsehole. How the fuck did I allow that to happen? Like, and it just makes me like angry.
What, you talking to them or to yourself?
Talking to myself.
Okay.
But I'm just like kind of venting, thinking like, how the fuck did I let that go on for so long? Like, as if, and I almost get angry at myself, thinking like, well, clearly I've got no respect for myself, but I wasn't educated.
Yeah.
If I was educated, then maybe it wouldn't have happened, but I understand like my brother's anger, and I understand where that comes from. And sometimes if the conversation comes up, I can see on his face, like he almost like what you did then, where he just has to like kind of look the other way and just breathe. And
I think it comes, there's certainly traits that me and your brother seem to share. There's a compulsion to go and do something about it. Is that you've caused someone I know pain, so this person has caused someone I care about pain. That's not on, and that therefore they're in pain is now causing me pain. So if it's a faceless person, I am in positions where I don't know who these people are. Me personally, I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
But if I was in your brother's position where he does know who he is, he realistically can go and do something about that.
Yeah.
It's so hard to fight that compulsion, because it's the protector side of thing. It's the justice. It's like, this needs to be balanced.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and I need to go cause pain, but it's just like, the law's not going to protect me in this.
Yeah.
It's like, this sucks.
Yeah. Exactly. And it is like, yeah, I know that my brother would love to do something, but and the fact that I've said no as well, for him, it's just like, fuck's sake, like, why won't you let me? But it's not going to make anything better. And like you say, like, Bastion, you're just going to fuck yourself up, really. Like, you'll just get yourself in trouble. But it happens. But that's why I just think sex positivity. That is what I just try to promote as much as possible. So like I was saying, like last week, we were having a conversation around consent, and then that made Lizzie reflect on something. And then this week, she kind of messaged me and sort of said like, oh, after our conversation on consent last week, I suddenly realised, what the fuck, like, that wasn't right. What I'd experienced wasn't right. And so she was like, it was really good to have that conversation. I was like,
what I'm going to do after this is just check with her if she's okay with you saying her name.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, cool. Yeah, because if not, I can just bleep it out. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
I say bleep, I'll just I'll just turn the sound off for that small bit. It's fine. Yeah, just check. Yeah, because obviously I'm sitting here with you and you're being incredibly candid, but obviously you're here, so you're happy to say whatever you want to say.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just conversation, isn't it?
Yeah,
but I
of course
understand that you need to.
Yeah. It's just to make sure people are fine with their stuff being said, and that's why with the things that I have said, I'm not going to say any names.
No, and I mean, I haven't said names.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Of anyone. It was more just like, we were together last week having this conversation, and it just.
Yeah.
But it's what it is, communication.
Yeah, of course, exactly. You're communicating too much. That's your problem. You know that, right?
Yeah, probably. See, yeah, I just waffle.
You're going, the waffling is brilliant, because without that, I wouldn't have a podcast.
That's true, actually. Otherwise, it would just be really quiet.
No, it would just be like 10 minutes. Just saying that, though, I did one with my mate Andy, and these are my own rules I'm imposing. If they've been on here, you can say it now.
Okay.
And we did 3 hours.
Oh, I saw.
Yeah.
I saw that was a long one.
Well, because he was like, "What's the longest you've done?" I was like, "I don't know, just under 3." He was like, "Cool, let's go over that." I was like, "All right."
Just chatted for like 3 hours.
It was great. It's great. He's we come up with a new underground nightclub for him, which is going to be called the Dude Hole.
Oh God. Dude Hole. That sounds horrific.
Sorry, that's the name of the episode. It's great.
The Dude Hole.
Yeah, it's good. It's good, man.
Don't know. Is it just for men?
No.
Oh, all right. That sounds okay.
Yeah, right kind of clientele, you know.
Ah.
Yeah, I reckon some people will come in and go, "Why are there women here?" Like.
Yeah, exactly. The Dude Hole.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, so that's topic number 1 covered. Very good. Number 2 was, what was it? You can't swear?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fuck that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking, can I say cunt?
Please do.
Okay, great.
I'd be upset if you didn't.
Cunty fuck.
That's very good.
Thank you.
Well, I like to change them around. Like,
Funty cuck.
Nah, yeah, there you go, yeah. A friend of mine says, "Oh, these country bunts." I thought that's pretty good.
We do that.
That's a good one.
We do that in my family, and I started teaching Louise how to do it.
Or just change them around.
Yeah.
It's
more
nice.
fun.
It is, because everyone's like, it's not technically offensive, but I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Also, some people just get really offended. Do you know, it's actually on my list of, so when dating or meeting someone, I have a list of questions that I like to ask.
Here you go, everyone. You can figure out how to get Tash. Let's go.
But one of them is, do you say cunt? Or how do you feel about the word cunt? Because some people hate it, like they hate it.
Okay, here's the question. Do you find that there are particular genders that like it less or more than the other?
I find that there are generations.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Go on.
The older generation. My dad loves it. I'd say...
Hang on, the older do or the older don't?
No. Well, okay, so my nonna, she'd say it all the time.
Nice.
Loves it.
Cool.
But I would say it then, like, skipped a couple, and then I would say women between 50 and 60. No, don't like it. It's what I've found.
How old's your nonna?
80.
So she your
88.
grandmother or great-grandmother?
Grandmother. My dad's mum.
Okay, so generation below that is a no-no.
Yeah.
Got ya.
But not for men. Because
Yes.
I think men say it all the time. But
Yeah, of course.
women, are just like, oh no, don't like it. Whereas in my house, we're just like, fucking cunt. And it's great.
Because I think that again, it's about the education. Depends where you get it from. I think I was first taught that it's just another word for fuck. I was like, oh, cool, because like this fucking thing, this fucking that, or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I first heard it used by like Ricky Gervais, and he used
Ricky Gervais.
I think he used the adjective of cunting, which was fantastic. Because he called it a cunting bag. I thought it was good. That's a good one. Because I was just like, yeah, it's like this fucking bag. I was like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until afterwards I was like, oh, it's a synonym for genitalia. I was like, is it? I was like, oh, okay. And then it was only after that I was like, and I started seeing people getting offended by it. I'm like, but that's not how I know it to be. I'm like, you're choosing to perceive it in a way that I don't perceive it. So you're choosing to be annoyed by it. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's just mine.
But also it's like, it's a word.
Yeah, stop fucking shooting you in the kneecaps, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like...
Granted, there are some words that you shouldn't be saying.
Yes.
Like Jew. No, Jew's fine. Jew's fine.
Speaking of Jews, my sister loves Jews.
as what, like the favourite flavour of crisps, or just like people to hang out with?
She just like, I'm not even joking, like, is fascinated by them. Absolutely loves them. She has a little Jew next to her bed.
That's it. In the same way that my sister likes squirrels, or that she's like, I really could marry one, you know?
I just think there's part of her that wants to be a Jew, but she just finds them so fascinating.
You can be any fucking religion.
Well, exactly. But also, like, we go out sometimes.
Come on, actually, I'll put this down. Go on.
We go out, like, I don't know if you're going to have to get rid of
No, it's fine. It's literally, look, we've already dropped a few J-bombs in previous episodes, it's fine.
We go out sometime, well, not, okay, hold on, we don't arrange it, but normally, like, we don't, like, book it in or anything.
Okay, carry on. Arsehole.
But sometimes, I mean, my sister lives in London, so we'll go out on a walk, and sometimes we'll just, like, go on a bit of a Jew hunt.
What?
But not in a...
What?
Nazi way.
In what? This is a really nice estate round here.
Yeah, like...
Oh, right, so you try... Okay, go on.
There are places in London where Jews live. There's so many.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like my sister and I, in March last year, were walking past a lake, and there were just like two Orthodox Jews, and I've got a photo of my sister walking behind them, like, really excited. She just loves them.
How old is she?
28. But like, my mum and dad went to Poland last year.
Oh God!
And they brought her back a little Jew, so he's next to her bed. But Frenchie, who's my sister's boyfriend, doesn't really like him and has to turn him away sometimes.
I imagine that's quite off-putting if you get amorous, I'm sure. Little guy staring at you, you're like, dude, look somewhere else. Come on. Yeah.
But we so my sister loves Jews. She just finds them fascinating, and like sometimes her hair will get a little curl, and she's like, oh, little Jew curl.
Fucking hell. That's funny.
But yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know how we got into the topic of Jews.
we're talking about words and saying words you can't say or can't say.
Yeah.
No, the joke I've got with a friend of mine is that there's a podcast we both listen to, and there's two hosts, and the joke is that as the cameras and the mics turn on, one of them says to the other one, "Hey, can you stop saying the N word and stuff like that?" And it's like, and they're like, "Shut the fuck up! I don't do that." and there's like another one's like, "Jewish people are people too." And it's just so every episode starts like that. And he's like, "You can't wear the hood here." Okay, so it's so good. So we did it ourselves. Unlike, I don't know, episode 9 of this or something, we start the episode like that, and it was very good.
I love stuff like that.
It was very good
funny.
because it's so easy. Like, it's almost offensive, but equally it's not. But equally, we're just fucking talking. I'm a self-professed idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just say shit.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Like, obviously, there are some words that are offensive, and I completely understand that.
Yeah, and for good fucking reason. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I'm someone that I don't think I necessarily have any boundaries. I feel like people could probably ask...
You heard it here, folks. Tash, you can find her at... No.
I just mean, like, people... I feel like my family as well, though, we're quite an open family about everything. Yeah. And so I feel like we would talk about anything, ask me anything. And so sometimes, like, the word cunt, you know, I'm like, it's just a word, but it's just so open. I just think I just don't really have any boundaries.
I think the thing as well is that it's the people that choose to get offended by it, their life is really fucking easy. Yeah. Because it's a word that isn't, they're not talking about you, they're just using this word, and you're choosing to be upset about it, and you're complaining shit. Like, it's that whole fucking word, that overuse of the word triggered is like, I'm like, you're getting triggered by them using that word. Okay, you're co-opting something that is used for people, as you were talking about earlier, when you were starting to see that documentary or something, they're like, this is really uncomfortable, I can't watch this. That's being fucking triggered. Not you heard a word that you pretend to be upset about or just makes you feel a bit funny.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Jesus Christ, calm down.
Yeah.
What are you 7 or are you an adult?
Yeah, and people...
And you're like, oh, I'm 50. Like, fuck off.
Like, please don't say that word around me. And you're just like, cunt off.
Yeah. You're like, go home and knit. I don't know. What the fuck, man? Like, Jesus Christ, calm down.
I actually really like knitting.
Oh, yeah. I like sewing. It's very nice.
Sewing? That sounds what's like sewing holes?
No, it's just like buttons and stuff on. Do
you just have like a shirt with loads of buttons?
No, it's because my the suits I wear for work, they go up.
Oh yeah, you're a suit guy.
Yeah, because I fluctuate so much. I'm also clumsy as shit. I'm always catching buttons. All the buttons are like fraying and popping, so I'm always having to sew them back on because it just doesn't. They don't last.
I don't know how to sew.
It's quite easy. It's quite boring. I just need to do it.
What do you mean it's boring? You just said you enjoyed it.
I don't know. I just was just trying to make you feel good.
What about knitting?
Yeah.
I really like knitting.
That's right. Yeah, no. I'm trying to think of anything that's lame that I like doing actually. Reading probably.
Oh yeah, I've heard about this. You read like so many books. Louise often tells me.
A few.
Yeah. That you just sometimes you'll read like 4 books in a week or something.
Yeah, that was last week.
Mad. Where do you sit?
Oh, I've got different spots. I like to sit here. I put my cushions up here, or I'll sit in the living room downstairs, the corner of the black one, the one right near the fireplace.
Oh yeah.
Then I can put the table next to it, and then I can just look up. I can see people coming in. I can look out to the garden. It's lovely. Get my coffee.
And do you like get really zoned into a book?
Oh yeah, I'm obsessed. Like so I've got a mixture of stuff. Like this entire book case here is one particular series. And I used to have both of these was that series, but I've got rid of a load. So I've read them all.
And you've read all of these?
There's a few I haven't read. That's just because I haven't read all the black ones. But that's because I'm still collecting them.
Ah.
So I'm at 54 of them. I've still got like 2 to go.
How many books do you reckon you read a year? Have you ever made a list?
It's funny that I've actually started a list this year.
Have you?
Yeah, and so far I've read 18.
Wow.
This year.
I've like halfway through one. I haven't read for weeks.
I couldn't tell you how many I did last year. I've no idea. Lockdown. Well, what's am I fucking gonna do during lockdown?
That's very true. Do you not really watch TV?
No.
Just read.
I read.
So clever.
Not really. It's not fucking. I've got some smart books, but I haven't read them yet.
They're just for show, for the camera.
I've read well, partly because I'm still working my way through them. I've read half of them, but I'm still getting through them all. Like some of them are quite cool. I've got like philosophy and then some SAS books and shit. I don't know.
Ant Middleton.
Yeah, that's it. I'll go through there. I've got what's your boy? I've got Jason Fox as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's nice.
They're all well. Ollie's not that nice, but yeah. Do you know Ant Middleton could do like 4 backflips?
No.
There's a guy I follow called Ross Edgley who is here, and he swam around the UK.
Oh wow.
And he's like best mates with Ant, and they're like training together, and they're like, there's like a video that Ross took of Ant doing like triple somersaults, and you're like, what the fuck?
Wow.
This dude's huge, and he's doing like backflips across the room.
Massive,
You're like, he's not tall, but he's just built.
Yeah, it's
like a
bulky.
gorilla. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, you son of a bitch. You can do everything, can't you?
Do you have a good like book memory?
What do you mean?
So like you read a book and you remember what it's about.
Every book.
Every book.
Pretty much.
So like if there was a book up here and I was like, what's that about? You'd be like, yeah, I know it.
Okay, so ignore the black one because I've read half of them because the other ones I haven't read yet.
Have you read these ones?
Yes.
So can I touch?
Yeah, myself. Oh, this is going to be really sad. Okay, so I like this particular sci-fi world, which are based off of... I'm going to try to make myself seem more highbrow than I am.
Okay.
It's based off I found a series of books by Isaac Asimov written in the 50s called Foundation Trilogy, and then this whole other set of authors created all of this. So Foundation is here. That's the original. So that's from... Those actual books are from the 76. But that's what they're based off, and they create all this nerdy bullshit, which they turn into a board game and other shit.
Nerdy bullshit.
It is nerdy
Love
bullshit,
it.
but it's fantastic. That particular one, it's similar to Lord of the Rings. There's the enemy called the Orcs, and they basically it's set in the future where you've got all these planets, there's people. There's a whole legion of humans on this planet. Orcs come down, and they basically got to fight them all off, and like the main character like loses an arm and shit like that.
So like any of these, I could just pick another one. You'd be like,
Go for it.
All right. Damnos.
Similar thing, there's a giant ice planet, and that underneath it there has slumbered for millennia this race of beings that are made entirely of living metal.
Yeah.
And some dickheads go digging because they're like, oh, it's got good iron deposits, and they wake them up and you're like, oh shit.
Some dickheads.
Yeah, effectively. So that's my synopsis.
I mean, to be fair though, you could be lying
I'm not.
because I've never read them. So you could actually say anything right now.
That particular book, look at the back. You'll see the living metal people I'm talking about.
My God, you're a wizard.
No, I just read my books and then remember them.
Yeah, see, I have a really poor, I call it movie memory. I have a really, really poor movie memory. I have like a good
Go on.
memory, relatively. But like a movie memory, I have a really poor, and book memory. I'll read a book.
Oh, I see.
And then someone's like, oh, what's it about? And I'm like,
Can't tell you.
I don't know, but it was good.
You just finished it. What happened?
Yeah, there's books that I've read before that, I don't know, just no idea. And it's the same with like movies or series, like Game of Thrones. I mean, to be fair, Game of Thrones is a hard series to follow.
Dude, I read them all.
Yeah, well, fucking hell.
Don't even. He's a genius, also an arsehole.
Yeah.
He's a genius. He's had, per book, it's about 200 in-depth characters that have their own lineage and like backstory. And you're like, how? But he's also an arsehole because he kills them all. You're like, you're such a prick.
Yeah, but also, minds like that just amaze me.
He's unbelievable.
Genius.
Unbelievable. Well, he was until he was like a really poor health, so he gave HBO the plots for the last 2 series of the things that came out. That was 8 years ago. He's still kicking, and he was like, "Ah, shit, I shouldn't have given it to them because they ruined it."
Yeah, they did. What did you think of the last episode?
Oh, I didn't bother. I watched. I've only seen the first 2 series.
Oh right.
But the books go up until the penultimate series. So that penultimate series, I have no idea what happens until everyone told me. But I was like, I'm not wasting my time. Partly because my pride wouldn't let me, because I spent the whole time while the series was coming about being like, yeah, I know what happens. Read all the books. And then that came out. I was like, I don't know what happens. So my pride wouldn't let me. I'm like, no.
Stubborn.
I'm not joining the bandwagon now. Fuck you lot. Yes. And to this day, I've never watched them. I've got them all. They're here, but I just haven't read them. I haven't watched them all.
I mean, I couldn't tell you what it was about, to be honest.
Oh, as a dragon turns up and eats what's her fate. No, she dies or whatever.
She died, yeah.
Like,
Daenerys.
all right.
Oh, that was actually quite sad, and I feel like that wasn't really fair. That didn't need to happen. I wasn't very happy with the ending, but equally, I just don't really understand what it was about, the whole thing.
Oh, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's just about the continual eternal flow of conquest and death and rape and pillage. That's it.
But I appreciate...
And incest, don't forget that.
Oh, yes. A little bit of incest.
To be fair, Jamie. Oh.
The incest.
He's a good-looking guy. The fact they cast Cersei is just like, she wasn't that good-looking. I was like, what the fuck?
I know what you mean, but isn't it weird that you know that they're not brother and sister because they're actors, but when you're watching it, you're like, ugh.
Yeah, but
so gross.
But equally in the book, she's like the Aphrodite of the time, and you get cast her from like 300. You're like, she's not good looking. Like, what the fuck? And she's got brown hair. You're like, what the fuck? See, Daenerys, well played. That was good.
Yeah.
Put Emilia Clarke on the map. Well done.
I do. Yeah, I agree with that. But also, I don't really like her in anything else.
That's because she's seen Game of Thrones. That's
and
why.
Her eyebrows, like. Oh, you can move your eyebrows quite a lot as well.
Yeah, Jack Black taught me a lot.
Jack Black.
Yeah, School of Rock. He's like, they can play music.
Yeah. Yeah. And he does that like thing.
They couldn't see.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. I was going to say something. That was it. People like that though. Their minds. Do you know what else blows my mind?
Gravity.
Close.
Ooh.
Space.
Go on. Oh, where is he? Where's your boy? Stephen Hawking. All right, carry on.
Oh, Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, go on.
So, during lockdown last year, my brother and I had, we called them Space Wednesdays. And I got a telescope for my birthday last year.
That's cool.
Yeah,
very
amazing.
Good. Very good.
And we would literally be in the garden, smoking and and looking at the stars.
Nice.
And then we'd go in the flat and just watch like something on Netflix about space. But just blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind.
Would you like me to tell you something that's going to make you really happy and really angry at the same time?
Yeah.
We went to Florida about 10 years ago. And when we were there, we went to the Kennedy Space Center.
Oh, man.
And we, they have an IMAX there, which shows you video footage from the Hubble telescope.
Oh, my God.
And you're like, what in the Christ? There was this giant, and the best part of it is that it's narrated by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Beautiful.
Anyway, there's this giant like pink nebula that's shaped like a saddle, and you got these little dots in there, and he's just like, oh yeah, you see those dots? Yeah, those are stars, and you're like,
yeah. Just the whole.
What the fuck? Like it's but the things they've seen are unbelievable. I don't even know if you can see it anywhere else except there. Might be. I wish you can see it.
Oh.
But it's just unbelievable.
Just space. Like, and it's like when you see the moon or you see stars, like. We're looking at it in the past.
Yep.
And that's just like, so what we're actually seeing is not what it looks like in the time that we're seeing it.
I think the moon's close enough that that's correct.
Yeah.
But stars definitely. Yeah. They're dead. You're like, what?
Yeah. So we're seeing the stars in the past.
Yeah. You're like,
yeah.
What?
And I would watch a lot of like Brian Cox, but I'd have to pause it every couple of minutes because I'd just be like, what the fuck? Like, it'd just be something else that would just blow my fucking mind.
It's like him and Neil deGrasse Tyson. You're just like...
Yes.
You've got to pause it and go, okay, so here...
Yeah.
Okay, go again.
Yeah.
So you're like, you got to listen to it like 7 times and be like, what? Or like Brian Greene or something. You're like, I don't know what's going on.
But the thing that I find amazing about people like that is the world wouldn't work if everyone was like a genius. Like, they are genius.
Go on.
Because... So there's only like a small percentage of people that have a mind that works like that. You know, like that sees the calculations on a wall and just knows exactly what they mean and things like that. Like the world wouldn't work if we all could think like that. But I just find it so fascinating that these people, like, what is it in their mind that it works that way and they can do these things? It just fascinates me. But then also space just... blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind.
That's a very interesting point because I thought that a couple of years ago. I think it was when I probably started. So like I say, a couple of years ago, probably like 7 or whatever. I think I started working, and you're seeing all these posters and all these adverts or whatever for, get rich quick or never work a day in your life and follow your dreams and all that stuff. And I just remember looking at those thinking, what would happen if everyone followed their dreams?
Yes.
I'm like, the plumbing wouldn't work. And you're just like, there would be no water, there'd be no food, there would be no truck drivers. I'm just like, I'm sure some people genuinely enjoy what they do, but I'm sure a majority don't. They do it just because it's money and it's not necessarily hard.
Yeah,
like
fell into the job.
Yeah, if everyone followed their dreams, there'd be a lot more skiers, snowboarders, pottery makers, just probably been a lot more fast cars and fancy stuff like that. But I'm like, the essentials, that ain't going to be there.
No.
So I'm like, there's an interesting dichotomy we need to maintain
Yeah.
to actually let us all live. I was like, interesting. I think some people shouldn't be allowed to follow their dreams, or some people just don't have dreams.
Yeah, it's true. But it's true, like, the world wouldn't work if we didn't all have our little place in it.
Mm.
Even the people that, like, pack your shopping.
Yeah.
Or things like that. Like,
Yeah. Supermarket people, absolutely. Yeah. Imagine going to Aldi and there's no one there because they're like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm following my dream.
Yeah.
And like, what's your dream? I don't know. I'm in Cancun. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Like,
don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't care. And you're there like, I need to eat.
Yeah.
So, how's this gonna work? Yeah, I don't know. It was a weird time. I came to that realization. I think I was at a point where I had in general like no ambition. Like I just left. I left sixth form, didn't quite get the grades I wanted to go to uni, so fuck it, I'll go straight into work. A lot of people I knew had gone to uni, except it was a weird thing. It was like a big group of friends, and you alright?
Yeah.
I still hear you fine. It's a big group of friends, and most of them gone to uni, except like my little circle of boys. They were still here, so I was like, oh, okay, I'm cool.
Lads.
Yeah. Problem was, my girlfriend at the time, her mates had all gone to uni, so she spent pretty much all of her time with me, which then made her be like, because I was just perfectly chill, and I don't know which order came when, about me just kind of like settling. I was just kind of like coasting along because whether I was just coasting along and then came to that realization about maybe I'm one of those people that won't achieve their dream and then just coasted, but that wasn't who she is or who she was. And yeah, I don't know, it just happened at that sort of time, and she was just like, it just turned to resentment. I'm like, okay, yeah, fair enough. but I'm not like that anymore, so it's like, I'm just like, it's interesting that it happened when I was like 19, which is weird, because usually, like I've lived before, I would imagine it would happen more like 30s or midlife crisis or some shit, but I'm like, yeah, it happened like real early for me, and then like last year, I'm like, oh, this is what we're doing, alright, cool, let's go.
So now you know?
Yeah.
And what is it?
Not for this lot, no. Oh. Well, I mean, besides this, obviously, but this is a bit of fun.
Oh, I thought you were a personal trainer.
Getting there.
Oh, another book.
Well, no, this is on my studying.
Oh.
Getting there.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's why I'm on my way. But got to spend your time doing something with lockdown, you know.
Yeah, fucking lockdown. Boring.
How are you? So how's it work for you? With teaching them?
So we're still open. For key worker and vulnerable children. I've only got 6 in, which is quite nice.
Cool.
So yeah, but it's like a lot of home learning, a lot of planning, doing stuff, sending it home. It's a lot of work that in some ways I feel like I would rather just everyone was in, because it would just almost be so much easier. But I don't want them to be in. Yeah. Because actually it is better that they're, the classes are smaller and things like that. So, but I just can't wait until this is all normal again, really.
Yeah, I hate that bloody word. It's used so much. People are like, no.
Yeah.
It's not going to be normal, but it's going to be better than this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I just find it weird that, like, the norm now is everyone wears a mask. It's
odd, but, if that's what you got to do, it's like, you'll wear it indoors, fine.
Yeah.
I'd rather not, but it's not the fucking hill I'm going to die on. Like,
no,
Jesus Christ.
I don't really mind it.
Yeah.
Because I just think, sometimes you might see someone, you think, I don't want to fucking talk to them.
Yeah.
And you can almost hide behind your mask.
It was weird when that first became mandatory, and people, while we were still open, people would come in, and I realised that because they had a mask on, some people could just pretend they couldn't hear you. And I was like, what? It doesn't block your ears. They would just ignore you and just keep walking. And I'm like, is it just me? But it wasn't just me. It was happening to all of us. We were like, what the fuck? Like, why? Just because you got a mask on doesn't mean you're just suddenly invisible.
Yeah, like, I know. Wouldn't that be nice?
or it's when people are like checking other people out. I'm like, your face is covered, your mouth is covered, not your eyes, dickhead.
I know, and they're like,
and they're all there like, oh, sorry. Yeah. Or you're like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Doing it on purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I hate the word normal, but it just is what it is, really, isn't it?
Well, yeah, the thing is, we just want to have more interaction and stuff. But
yeah, and freedom.
Yeah, I mean, I catch up as often as I can when they're free. Well, I've got 3 people I know who work for the NHS.
Yeah.
So I catch up with them and they tell me what's going on. Like, I knew we were coming out of lockdown like a couple of weeks beforehand because they were like, we've had no cases for ages, which is great because like that's brilliant.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, all right, cool. So we're gonna be able to do this, do that. Whereas now they're like, yeah, I'm pretty flat out. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So it's not gonna be anytime soon.
It's gonna be well. Yeah. My sister's a nurse, so we kind of get the same sort of thing. But it's weird now because we have asymptomatic testing twice a week, which is fucking horrible. Well, actually, no, I lie. It's not that.
So the nose one.
Yeah. So like you have to put it in your mouth.
Oh, okay.
And then put it up your nose. And then,
mouth then nose.
Yeah. And then.
Well, it's better than nose and mouth, I suppose. You're like,
yeah. And then, but it makes me sneeze every time.
Oh yeah.
I don't really mind the mouth one.
Was it just like the gums or something?
No, like right at the back of your throat. Got to get it right, like your tonsils.
Well, I'm throwing up as I'm doing it then.
See, I don't mind that one. That one I can do, but nose just makes me.
Have you actually got to get the actual back of the throat then, or is it just like tongue kind of thing?
Like tonsils.
Ah. Oh, right, okay. It's probably just my shit aim. I'll just hit the uvula and it's just like, yeah.
But yeah, we've got to do that twice a week at the moment, which is fun.
Are you doing that just because... Is that at home or is that at work?
Well, they've given us... Like, the government have made all primary schools, and I think schools in general do it. So they sent all the boxes, got our names on it. We take them home. We've got to do it twice a week.
Fair enough.
Just to check if any of us are, like, asymptomatic. Because obviously you can be carrying it
And
but
be
have
fine.
no symptoms.
Yeah.
But you're still a carrier. But so far so good.
I can say any positives?
No.
Okay.
Not yet. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's interesting. I got some boys who work in Apple, like quite a lot, and they'd set up when the first lockdown had lifted. They'd set up a queuing system, so you have to queue with people. You've got to get a temperature check, and then a mask and all that sort of shit.
Those things, they blow my mind.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
Oh, the temperature things. Yeah. Oh, I really enjoy them.
Fucking hell. And I was just like, I remember it was quiet one day, and I was just watching them being like, So I asked them, I was like, how many people do you guys reckon you get a day? And they're like, I don't know, 300 or whatever. I'm okay. Yeah, so 300. And you'd over... So at the time, I was like, okay, so that was over like 2 months or whatever, so 300. I was like, okay, so have you guys had, because of all the checks and everything, out of all the team there, have you had any customers you've had to turn away? And they were like, no. And I went, okay, so you've had 11,000 people were fine. So either everyone's fine or your system's shit. Yeah. And they were like, it's pretty accurate. I was like, so cool, I'll take those odds. 11,000 every single customer was fine. I was like, cool. Yeah. I'll take those odds, whatever.
I love those things though.
Yeah.
I think they're really cool. They do them when we went rock climbing before lockdown last year. And you walk in and they like scan you. I think they're really exciting.
What, because of COVID?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
As you walked in. And then like when we went to the piercing place last October, they did the same thing. They just like scan your head. And I'm just like, this is just fucking great.
For things that make you happy.
I know. I just my brother says that my mum and I have like pinball machine, so it's like ding 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 ding, which I appreciate sometimes, but it's true. Just like little things, I just like Louise always says to me, like I'll just be like happy, and then I'll be like, oh, a shiny light, or oh, a puppy, or something.
I wish I had a laser pointer.
Yeah, honestly.
And you'd be like,
keep me entertained.
Yeah,
it's true.
Just sit you in the corner. There you go. It'd just be me talking about the day, and you're just there like.
It's true though.
Yeah. But yeah. So you'd like it at my hairdressers because they do a scanner as well.
I just think they're really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I just like things like that. Don't you think it's cool?
I
feel like people don't really think about it probably.
What, as in the capability or about how fun it is?
Just how fun it is.
It's not that fun.
I think it's pretty bloody wild.
If I got to use it, I'd be like, yeah. But you know, because I used to be an estate agent, and we had to do.
I've got a question for you in a minute.
Okay. And we had to do one of the best days out ever is when we get a new property on the market, and I get given this massive piece of pad of squared A4, and like a laser pointer, and they were like, go map out this house. I'm like, yes. So I put like music or a podcast on and just spend like the whole day just mapping out a house. I'm like drawing these rooms, getting measurements. I'd be like laser pointer, beep, lovely to understand it. It was so much fun, and the best ones when you had like a big house to do. You were like, it's gonna take all day. That's what I like to see. Shoes off, jacket off, roll the sleeves up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So much fun.
I just think it's fun. It's
So
like
much
the whole,
fun.
you know, you mentioned like, I'm going to get a Nerf gun.
Yeah.
like-
Oh, damn it. Sorry, I didn't do that. Yeah.
Just throw a book at me or something.
I'm not do that to the book. To be fair though, this one would fuck you up.
Have you read that? Oh,
Bits of it.
is that part of your personal training?
No, it's my mum. My mum used it for her studies, and so I just kept it when she moved out because it's got some really good stuff in it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Estate agent.
Yes.
So, you remind me. What? No, that's actually a lie. I'm going to say it and then we'll find out what it is I'm saying.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if it's a question or just a statement.
Go on, it's going on a riverboat together. Let's do this.
Okay. You are like one of those people that you're 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just seem to have done things like, oh yeah,
Like what?
like, oh, I was an estate agent. It's like, what do you mean
Yeah.
you're a estate agent? And like, oh yeah, now I work in. Oh yeah, I'm being a personal trainer.
Yeah.
And just like this girl that my sister and I used to work with, she was only like 27. She had just been like, she was a personal trainer. She'd been a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Then she was a receptionist. She worked in a bar. And I was like,
Cool.
you're like 28. How have you done all these things already? And like Louise says sometimes, oh yeah, Matt used to be an estate agent. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what? Just,
It's not hard.
yeah, I know, but it just like blows my mind.
Why?
I don't know, but I just feel like,
How many professions have you had?
well, I don't know, well,
How many jobs have you had?
worked at a place called Kumon. Worked as a
Did you say Kumar?
Kumon. It's like
That's a really bad name. Go on.
yeah, it's like
It's a really bad name.
it's like a I was about 14, 15.
Okay.
It was like a maths English thing for kids, and I just marked the work.
Cool.
Um,
You pay for that?
I did.
Nice.
Yeah. Make it rain.
Nice. At 14?
Yeah, all the dosh. dollar bills.
Fucking hell.
Worked in a cafe in New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
I got so fat.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so how long were you out? Just for people who didn't know, just quickly regale us with your tales of New Zealand again.
So, well, I went travelling
Mhm.
about 5-6 years ago
Nice.
with someone. And we did Thailand, Australia, New Zealand, America and Canada. But spent longest amount of time in New Zealand and ended up like staying there, living there for a while. Got a job in the South Island in this tiny little place called Tianau, which is like almost like slightly south of Queenstown.
Mm.
Like just New Zealand. Beautiful place. But yeah, so I worked in this little cafe called the Olive Tree Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
And I got so fat.
Nice.
I put on about 2 stone in 6 weeks.
Nice.
And I had a diary. I've still got it. And I wrote in my diary every single day we were away.
That's cool.
Every single day. And I remember coming home and thinking, I don't know why I got so fat. Like, it's just ridiculous. And then I'd like open the diary and it would say, as a treat, I decided to have a whole apple pie and half a tub of ice cream. But like a big fuck off, like massive cookies and cream tub of ice cream and an apple pie like that.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
what
I'd
we're
think,
talking about.
yeah, and I would like hide in the fridge at work and just like eat some of the food because it was all so good.
I'm assuming it was a walk-in fridge. You were just sat on a shelf.
yeah.
Like, you
They're
can't
just
see
open
me.
it like a little hobbit.
If you were to be a hobbit, which one would you be?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question.
Oh, do you know what? I don't think I'd be a hobbit.
That's not an option. Which hobbit? Oh, and fine, you can be a dwarf if you want.
Why would I be a dwarf?
It's the height ratio. Well, what's the point? It's like if you were to be a wizard, which one would you be? If you were to be a fancy elf, which one would you be? And everyone was like, obviously a Legolas. Like, what the hell?
I would
Maybe
hope
Galadriel,
that
actually.
yeah, I'd hope I'd be an elf.
Well, I'm not giving you the fucking option. That's why I'm asking. Out of 4, you've got a choice of 4. It's not hard. Merry, Pippin, Sam, and Frodo. What are you doing?
Only those 4.
Fine, Bilbo as well. Whatever.
Oh no, get rid of Bilbo. Oh, actually, maybe I would be Bilbo. No, probably wouldn't be Bilbo.
Bilbo would be a good choice, actually.
Okay, maybe I'll be Bilbo.
Yeah. I mean, you do kind of turn into an orc towards the end, but you know.
Do you know what? I actually think Louise would be Bilbo.
Agreed.
Because, you know, he's like, I'm going on an adventure.
She's crotchety as shit.
Yeah. And she doesn't like doing anything.
No. But here's the thing, though. Is exactly the same with him. Is that the prospect of it, terrifying. Actually doing it, great. When you come back, oh, I wish I was back there again.
Yeah.
And you're like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like,
Bilbo's a good one. Anyway, you. Which
me.
hobbit are you? Don't try and evade this shit. What are you going to be?
Oh god, I feel like this is really going to take some thought. What are we going with, looks or personality?
Considering they're all short halfling males, we're definitely going looks. Personality, you mug.
Frodo. No, it wouldn't be Frodo. He's so soppy, isn't he? Oh, doesn't Frodo just piss you off?
He's so annoying.
Oh, Sam.
Sam, Merry, and Pippin are good contenders because
Yeah.
Pippin's a bit annoying, and Merry actually kind of gets shit. Well, actually, he just ends up in like battles all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas Pippin's like, he just steals shit.
Yeah.
He's like, why did you take that? Oh, I just felt like it.
They just love food, don't they?
Yeah. Pippin could be Pippin.
Yeah.
Could
I'm
be.
feeling a Pippin.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah, I think a Pippin.
I'll just make sure you haven't nicked anything when you leave.
Who would you be?
Probably Sam.
Yeah, I feel like I'm
quite loyal, dependable, selfless, humble.
And I steal things. Great.
Yeah, go on.
I like that question though. That's a good question.
Yeah. You should add that to your criteria for a date.
Yeah.
Which hobbit would you be? And they'd be like, what's a hobbit? And you're like, get out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll make that question number
27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High criteria. I actually kept forgetting my questions. I had to write them down the other day.
Why'd you have set questions?
I mean, okay, I don't actually go by these questions. One of my questions is, can you put up a shelf? Can you put up a shelf?
I've never put up a shelf per se, but I've built. What did I build? I built that desk, pretty much everything in that room, that bookshelf, all the tables downstairs.
So I'm going to assume
I probably could put up a shelf.
you could probably put up a shelf.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like everyone should be able to put up a shelf, and if you can't, I'm going to judge you.
If they couldn't, would that then rule out any romantic affairs with them?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I can't put up a shelf.
No, I mean it wouldn't. It's not like I actually don't like stick to these questions, but there's things like it's almost like personality test. So like, for example, do you say the word cunt? I couldn't be with someone who's going to be really fucking soppy about the word cunt.
I mean, you could not use, and then you could not use it. That's fine. I reserve it for special people, like people who deserve it.
Yeah.
Because I've got two of my mates who just use it for everything, and I'm like, you're just lessening the impact. Whereas I use it for the few number of people that I've encountered that deserve it.
Yeah, but it's like I won't necessarily say to them, "Do you say the word cunt?" But I'll just like slip it into conversation and be like, "That was a bit cunty," and then try and
gauge the reaction.
Get their reaction from it.
Interesting.
Because if they're like, "Oh," well, I'm like, "All right, okay, next." But no, I'm not really. But I mean, it's fine if you don't say it. But if like people are going to be funny being around it, do you know what I mean?
Because I'm sure this is your influence, but I think Louise said it for the first time to me about a year ago, something like that. And I was like,
my influence.
I was like, damn! I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
I was like, where did that come from? And she was like, what? I was like, nice.
Did she never used to really say it?
No, never.
It makes me so happy.
Well, she's probably said it. She probably has said it, but she never said it around me. And I was like, woof.
Louise.
I like it. Let's go.
Yeah. Bringing out the fun side and the boring cow. No, I love her.
I just like it. I've got a few friends who are just they're really, really lovely people. They're really nice, and just something truly either horrific or just filthy comes out of their mouth, and you're like, whoa!
I love it when that happens.
Yeah, and they're like, why are you so surprised? I'm like, look, okay. I'm like, fine. I will. My stereotype of you in my head, or my archetype of you, is that you are this really sweet, loving, caring person who doesn't have a bad bone in their body. So to discover you do is really fun.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Completely. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
I love it when things like that happen.
Yeah.
You're just like, fuck, like that was unexpected.
I love it. I'm just like, and they're like, you should know by now. I'm like, I'm never changing my opinion. This makes it so much more fun for me because it's like I'm discovering it every time. It's great.
Every time is just a bit more exciting.
Yeah, you're like, woo!
Yeah.
Hidden depths. I love it. And they're like really dark depths. Like, excellent. Keep it going.
I love it.
So
but see, that's why I find it exciting because I think, like I said, I don't really have any boundaries. My family, so.
You heard it again.
But like, so I just feel like we'd talk about anything. But I love it. My oldest friend is kind of like that, and sometimes she'll just say something, and I'll be like, "Damn, girl,
it's good. That's what you need.
Love it.
It's very good.
It's so exciting."
Yeah, you do need people like that. Sorry, because I got some mates I know who are just filthy all the time. So I'm like, So I'll just text them and be like, yeah, what you got today? And they're just like, oh, here you go. And you're like, oh, God. But then other ones, you're like, oh, feisty one. It's so good. It's great. It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you appreciate it more when you're just like, yeah, I didn't see that coming. That was a good one.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, it's very good.
Makes it very exciting. It's like Louise. Do you know how many times she's told me she's allergic to fish?
Like every day?
Oh, literally, and every.
But that's a different thing. That's just her forgetting she's told you.
No. It's me forgetting that I know. She tells me, like, I'll like make like when she was living with us last year, like, oh, we're gonna have fish. Oh, I can't eat that. Why can't you eat it? Because I'm allergic. You're allergic to fish.
Well, you have that every time.
Almost every single time.
Okay, circle this back to your memory analogy. What were you So you say you have well, you don't have good memory. So you say you have shit memory for books and films.
Yeah, movie
and
memory.
Clearly about things that could kill people.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
interesting.
all the important things.
I'm allergic to bullets and sharp objects.
Okay.
I'll remind you next time I see you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, I'll probably take that as he likes bullets and sharp objects. So I'll remember that.
Yeah, I probably should have brought a Nerf gun. Then we could try that out.
I actually love a Nerf gun.
They are good. I used to have 14.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I sold them all.
You sold them?
We were moving house. I was like, I can't. And some of them were literally like from me to you. Like, that's how big they were.
Oh wow. We used to have fights around my house.
Yeah, we in the old house we had. Did you ever go to the old house?
No.
We
really
had.
sad. I wasn't allowed to meet anyone.
Yeah, that's true. We had a Nerf war once between like 20 of us, and we split it into teams, and one got the top, one got the bottom. And you try and conquer them. It didn't work. It was just a absolute annihilation.
Oh, I bet that was so fun.
Yeah, I mean, also we were really arrogant, and we were like, me and a few of my mates were like, look, we've had these guns for years. The other team, mostly composed of the girls, were like, you have never used it in your life. We're going to give you the good ones, just kind of even out. They fucking slaughtered us. Absolutely destroyed. I remember.
Shouldn't underestimate.
I know. I was like, okay, yeah, these guns are a lot easier to use than I thought. It's not a special skill.
Yeah. Oh, you thought you'd been training your
Yeah,
whole
I was
life
like, yeah,
for
we've been doing this for years. And the boys were like, yeah.
Yeah.
We just got the shit kicked out.
Lads.
We couldn't get down the stairs. We were like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I love it that it's like they're literally just like little bits of foam.
Oh, it's so much fun.
I know, but you're like, we couldn't get down the stairs.
No, it was just okay. There was two guns I had. One was literally called the Hailfire, and it was a battery powered one, so it'd all fire out like that. And there was a switch at the top, so you had a magazine, and some of the magazines would either have 8 bullets in or like 16. I bought all the 16 ones, so you obviously get more to play with. And this handle cranked it around, so the next magazine slotted into place. This thing had 10 magazines on it, so you couldn't get down the stairs without getting shot in the face, because it would just be, it's just a battery powered thing like that, and then switch, and then keep going. You're like, oh shit!
Oh, I love that.
It's so much fun.
I love things like that. We used to have water fights in my house.
That's good.
Kind of by accident. It happened a few times where we'd just be, I don't know, all heading up to bed, and like my brother would be coming up, and we'd just have a cup of water and just like pour it on his head as he was walking up the stairs. And then it would just like my mum and dad would get involved.
Holy
and have bottles,
shit!
And literally we'd just be like spraying water. It'd be like all going up the wall.
No.
And just this like massive water fight before getting into bed.
See, we could never do that at home, because we'd just be like, oh, the walls are gonna get a bit wet.
Yeah.
Whereas we would do it in the garden, but like,
yeah.
damn,
I know.
It's quite cool.
We're crazy.
That is cool though. I'll mock you for your memory, but I think there is something. Whenever you've seen like a film or a book, even though you haven't had don't have a good memory of it, do you typically find you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Because to me, the few comedy things I've gone to, I've loved every minute, and I can't breathe because I'm laughing so hard. I can't tell you afterwards what it was, what was said, or what it was about. Because I think I was just in the moment of experiencing it. So
you mean like live?
Yeah.
So like who?
Russell Howard, Lee Evans, and Dylan Moran.
I love Lee Evans.
Oh, geez, he made me cry, man.
Yeah, I can imagine. I used to watch his stuff all the time.
Well, I took my ex there on, I think it was his penultimate show. So it's literally.
I saw Lee Evans actually. There
probably,
you go.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, you keep going.
You should know you saw Lee Evans, even if you don't remember the fucking
Fuck's
jokes.
sake.
Just remember you saw him. But yeah, it was. I mean, it was just godly. Like it was just more the reaction from the crowd, because like when he finished, just the whole place, just everyone just stood up and was just like bowing to this dude. It was incredible.
And he's so animated, isn't he?
Yeah, and you can like feel the sweat coming off him, because he's just like, he's like a river. He's just pouring. You're like,
yeah,
all right, dude.
That's where I always say to Louise, like, absolutely, and that came from Lee Evans. Absolutely. I always loved it when he like took the piss out of his wife.
Yeah,
I just think he does it so well.
Here's the thing, because he did his last bit and he was like, right, I've got about 10 minutes left and I'm gonna do something for my wife here. It's not gonna be a joke though. This fucking piano rises out of the stage and this white like tux jacket lowers down. So he throws his one off, puts it on, and he plays like full like fucking orchestral piano, and he plays this song he made for his wife. And it's not funny, but we're just there like,
yeah,
that's how he finishes. And that was it. I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah. Do you see his Bohemian Rhapsody?
I think I have, yeah. Oh yes, yeah. That was
good.
What's his one? It's the Parcel Force put an attempted one.
Oh yeah.
Attempted delivery.
Yeah. He's like, Parcel Force,
we will bring this package to you. Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off. I love that.
So good.
Oh my gosh, Lee Evans.
So
I haven't watched
good.
him in so long.
I mean, either. He's
so
amazing
funny.
though. Yeah.
I saw Jimmy Carr 2 years ago.
Fuck off.
In High Wycombe.
All right, let's have a big dick competition. Here we go. Okay, so you've had Jimmy Carr. Okay, what about so all right, comedy? You beat me then. Jimmy Carr's pretty.
Ramesh Ranganathan.
Oh, fuck off.
What's his name? Rob Beckett.
Oh, Teeth Man. I like Teeth Man.
Yeah, saw him. I can't remember her name. Oh, Phil Jupitus.
Nice.
Seen him.
Nice. Yeah, I like Phil.
Oh, and what's his name? The German guy. He's on like 8 out of 10 Cats and Would I Lie to You and stuff like that a lot.
German one.
Yeah, he's German. He's really funny, and he's like quite dweeby. I've seen quite a few actually.
I've only seen 3.
Oh, I've seen Russ. No, I haven't seen Russell Howard. Who's the one that I've seen that I think is Russell Howard, but it's clearly not.
Russell Kane.
No,
he's good.
It's not Chris Ramsey, but it reminds me of Chris Ramsey. We were meant to actually see Chris Ramsey, and my sister and I this year, obviously COVID depending, are meant to see Catherine Ryan.
I don't know. She's really hit and miss for me.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about her.
Reginald D. Hunter. I saw him.
Oh yeah.
Saw him at the festival.
Good.
Fucking excellent. He was so good.
Oh yeah, Tim Minchin.
I was supposed to see John Richardson last year, but that didn't happen.
Oh yeah.
That would have been good.
We were meant to see Ricky Gervais last year.
You fuck.
I know. I've seen Ricky Gervais as David Brent.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it was like a concert. It was after when the movie came out.
Yeah.
He did a tour as David Brent.
Amazing.
Oh god.
Amazing.
And it's just so bad, but so fucking good.
I loved his Humanity. That was a fucking excellent special. So good.
That was really, really good.
So good. It's just that whole bit of breaking down a joke. I was like, this is fucking...
Yeah.
And he still makes it funny.
Yeah,
like,
he
that's
does.
Excellent.
And it's just the fact that, like, he just doesn't give a... He's so fucking rich. He doesn't give a shit.
Doesn't care, yeah.
He literally is just powerful. Like, and have you seen his things at, like, the Golden Globes and everything?
Godly.
Honestly, I just think, good for you.
Yeah.
Like,
well, there was some people who were like, oh, it's ironic coming from you because you're one of them. And it's like, well, you came from fucking Whitley. Like,
yeah, I know.
This dude came from Whitley getting the shit kicked out of him every day and dragged his way up to that. I'm like, good on him. You can have whatever you want, man. I don't care.
And also, I just like the fact that he's just like he just doesn't give a shit. Matter of fact. And
well, his awesome thing, whether it's by accident or design, is that, particularly the Golden Globes, is that he doesn't want to do it. Yeah. And they're like, oh, it's brilliant. Come back. And he's like,
yeah,
I hate you all. I don't want to do this. And they're like, we'll give you more money. He's like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, if it's an act, I don't care. I don't care if it's an act or not. I'm like, that's fucking excellent.
And every time it just gets worse and worse. And you can,
and he just hates them all.
Yeah, especially because it's like in America and a lot of like taboo subjects and
he
stuff.
Just hits them all.
I know. It's so good.
What I just love with that particular one as well was when he did pick up your award, don't say any shit, and pick up your award and fuck off. And then fucking Joaquin Phoenix does that stupid fucking it wasn't even a humanitarian thing, but it was just this fucking self-masturbation thing on live TV, but how virtuous he is. I'm like, fuck off, you asshole.
I just love that. And now, like, he'll just take the piss out of fuck, what's going on with my head? Mel Gibson and stuff, because you know it's like that.
Oh, that's
whole
easy.
thing.
That's an easy target.
Yeah, and he did the one, didn't he, when he was talking on about like Jennifer Lawrence and stuff, who was like arguing for equal pay for women in Hollywood and everything like that, and he was like, yeah, it must be really hard living on your 12 million while there's like people, doctors, nurses and everything who are living on fucking shit wage. But yeah, well done Jennifer Lawrence, who's arguing for like 12 million fucking dollars.
That's very good.
And I'm just like, yes, very good. Yeah, I just love him. I think he's really funny. He's so good.
That is very good. I do like that. That is interesting. Because it's like, if you took out the Hollywood part of it, you'd be like, Jennifer, you'd be like, okay, this woman's saying you want equal pay between men and women in this profession. You're like, cool. And then she says a 12 million, you're like, and I'm out.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, I don't care about you. Fuck off.
I mean, I get the whole equal pay, but
absolutely
when
right.
you put it in perspective,
you're like, nah, you're good.
I think you're all still doing okay.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah.
I think you can still survive.
Yeah, you're just like, that's upset. Yeah, you just ruin your own cause by saying how much you want. You're like, no.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, especially when you've already got so much.
Yeah, and you're a fucking international superstar. It's like, what do you... Yeah. Make money however you want. And if you're lazy, just do another leaked nudes again. It's fine.
A leaked nude.
Yeah. I don't know. It could, I don't know what... I can't remember what happened with all that, but...
Yeah, I remember when that happened.
Yeah.
Lots of naked pictures on the internet.
I don't know. I don't look at the internet.
You just read your books.
I do. That's all I need. Yeah. Each. Yeah, I have a nude for each bookmark.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Don't need the internet.
Exactly. Anyway, so going back, New Zealand. So what happened after that?
Oh my god!
So,
yeah.
So you
off on a tangent.
Well, here's the thing. You said that I've done a lot. Let's find out what you've done a lot. So you've done New Zealand. Go on. So that was 6 years ago.
Yes. What would you like to know?
What happened after that?
Well, we started in Thailand,
Australia.
That's where we did like the crocodiles and everything in Darwin, in the North Territory.
Where else did you go in Australia?
We didn't do a lot around Australia.
Okay.
If I'm honest, I wasn't a big fan of Australia.
You were just in the wrong parts.
Well, I went to Perth, which isn't very exciting.
Yeah, wrong part.
Yeah, but the reason I went there was because there was a school that was linked to the school that I was working at the time that had the same name, so I went and visited that, and that was quite cool. Okay. Then Darwin, which was incredible, and Sydney.
Good. Nice.
Yeah. So it was. We did have a nice time, but I don't know. I was just like, Australia, yeah.
How long were you there for?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Roughly 3 days?
No.
A month?
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
Okay.
But New Zealand was where we spent the longest, and we landed in Auckland and kind of then made our way down. It's where I did my bungee as well. Nice.
Oh, cool. I didn't know you did that.
I did.
Very good.
Yeah, I
Very
did
good.
Bungee jump in Queenstown over Kawara, don't ever get the name right, bridge, which is also, see, this is going to
go on,
probably annoy you, but whatever. You know, in Lord of the Rings, where in the first one, I always get their names the wrong way around.
Okay.
Eowyn.
Yep.
Is.
Yep. With Frodo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because I always get her confused with Arwen.
And the
Eowyn.
river.
Yeah. Across, and it was over that river.
That's cool.
Yeah. So you know the river that she
good
turns
looking river.
Like, into. Yeah. So I like bungeed literally over that river.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Well done.
So that was really cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and did a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff. Went to Hobbiton. That was very, very cool. Hobbiton was just so cool.
It looks awesome.
Oh, it's so literally cool. Like a little village. Yeah. And you just find out so much like behind the scenes. And originally when they built the set, it was then all taken down. And then when they contacted the farmer again to say, can we use your land? He was like, yeah, but can you build it out as like sustainable materials? Oh. And then it's the farmer that then turned it into a place to visit.
Very good. Nice. Yeah. Awesome. Very good.
You know the tree above Bilbo's house?
Yep.
That's fake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
And because there wasn't a tree there.
There's not a tree there in the book.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It just makes it look nicer. And also, you know when Bilbo and Frodo were like sat there smoking their pipeweed and everything?
Pipeweed. Pipeweed, yeah.
Yeah. And it's sunset. That was actually sunrise. So there you go, because the sun actually was coming up the other side, but they wanted it at that angle, so it was actually, and like the party and like the pub was there.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
So we had a beer and a cider.
Yeah.
There, and that party scene are actually like all the cast's family and friends and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because Peter Jackson wanted it to actually feel like a party, and they were all given like low alcohol beer or something. Yeah. So it actually had that like atmosphere and buzz around it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool because you just got to kind of get little behind the scenes information. Hobbiton is just really cool. You can't actually go. Oh no, to be fair, like Bilbo's house, like the door opens, but obviously there's nothing in there.
Oh, fine. Okay.
So it's all just like the set of the outside, but it's just so clever the way they've done it, because there's like little washing lines with like clothes hung up and wheelbarrows, and it's all like miniature.
Awesome.
So you just imagine like these little hobbits skipping around and stuff.
Yeah, hobbits are just adorable little things, aren't they?
So it's really cool. And then we did quite a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff. Climb Mount Doom. Yeah,
that's sick.
Yeah, that was really cool. It's fucking hard.
I want to go to New Zealand. Sounds awesome.
New Zealand is beautiful. I'd love to go back there. That's my favourite place. And it was like, it reminded me of home. It's quite similar, like very green, lots of sheep.
I've heard that New Zealand is what England could have been. Yeah.
It's just like a prettier, cleaner, smaller England.
Yeah.
And, you know, like obviously the Maori culture and everything is just like amazing. I actually have a silver fern tattoo. New Zealand silver fern tattoo on my ankle. Because of New Zealand, obviously.
Because of Wales, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like, like we went to in Rotorua, we went to I'm really forgetful today.
I don't know the
village,
answer.
Maori village.
We went to a village.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry.
And that was really, really cool. That was really cool. And like you had to greet them the traditional way and everything like that. And you watch music and dance it. Oh, it was amazing. And then the haka and stuff.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's unreal. It's honestly just the most beautiful place. Like it's just lovely. People are just really nice, and it's comfortable, because although you're somewhere different, like everyone speaks English.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not that much of like a culture shock. But when we went to Thailand, that was like, what the fuck? And it was the first place we went. We landed in Bangkok, and I remember getting in a taxi, and this guy on a moped just got hit by a car, and we were like, fuck, he's just been hit. And the taxi driver turned around and was like, Bangkok. We were like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem the kind of place you want to end up wandering around late at night.
No.
Do you?
Oh, no.
I know someone did that.
It's just like massive like culture shock. But so like that's why we kind of settled in New Zealand, because it was just comfortable. So then we made our way down to the south, and stayed there, worked, and then kind of did travelling on our way back up. Lots of mountain climbing and walks, and went to Weta Cave in Wellington, which is also full of loads of like Lord of the Rings stuff.
Nice.
It had like Gandalf's staff and the trolls from The Hobbit.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Well, like the ones are like from on the outside.
They built them, yeah.
Yeah, and the orcs and stuff like that. Like, and then you kind of go behind the scenes. So there was like a museum which had all this memorabilia in it. And that's where I got my Middle Earth map from.
Nice.
Which is really cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and then you kind of go on in a workshop, and it just sort of showed you how they made things and what they did, and you know, stuff like that. So it was really, really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, New Zealand, beautiful. And also they've got like Lord of the Rings stuff everywhere, and you just like feel Lord of the Rings. Like when you're just around there, you're just like, there's Aragorn and Gimli like running over the hills, and Legolas and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? You just see them.
I need to go, man.
Yeah.
I really need to go.
I want to go back. It's just amazing.
That's right. We'll plan an expedition. We'll get some other intrepid explorers. We'll get them.
Yeah. Go Lord of the Rings hunting. Rather than Jew hunting.
Yeah, I was going to try and say go Lord of the Ringing, but that doesn't quite work.
Lord of the Ringing.
So that's going to say I can have a lot of bells or... Anyway. Cool. So what did you do when you came back?
Well, after New Zealand, we did America and Canada. Oh, actually, I'll tell you a quick story.
Go on.
So
if you can remember it.
We went to Hawaii.
Oh.
Yeah, that was nice.
Which one?
Honolulu.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. And also, it was very strange because we flew out on Valentine's Day from New Zealand and landed in the morning of Valentine's Day.
Fair
Do you know
play.
what I mean? So it's like we flew out.
Still got the whole day.
Yeah,
Nice.
flew out at night and landed in the morning.
Very good.
That's very cool.
So you got 2 days.
I did, yeah, an extra day.
Nice.
And then yeah, we sort of did like went to LA, and then we went to Vegas. And oh my gosh.
Well, you made it. That's the important thing.
Yeah, yeah, but it was like the most amazing thing, right? Because I hadn't seen my sister in months, and my sister surprised me in Vegas, and it was amazing. Like, we went and checked into the hotel, and then my sister just came up and was like, "Oh, excuse me, can you help me with something?" And I was
very
just like,
good.
Oh my god!
Very good.
And for like 4 or 5 days, we were just together, and I actually won $700 in a casino.
Nice.
It's very, very cool. Yeah.
That's good going.
Yeah, and then we spent that on to watch one of the shows. Like, I think it was called Absinthe.
Bloody hell, that's a good name for a show.
Yeah, it was like a Cirque du Soleil kind of, but darker, and yeah, it was really, really cool. And then we went up to Canada, like went to Toronto, saw Niagara Falls.
Nice.
Quite cool. And then down to Boston, and Boston in New York.
Yeah.
Which was also really nice. And then came home. That's really good.
So how long were you out from start to finish for your travelling?
I don't know, a couple of months. Oh, more than a couple of months.
Yeah.
It's like gone so quickly. To like when I looked at photos the other week, and I just thought, like, fuck, that was like 5 or 6 years ago now. It's just, and yet I can remember, like, obviously remember it like it was yesterday, some of it. But yeah. And then I came back and got a job at the school that I worked at before I left for about 6. So basically, when I applied for uni, I applied for a deferred year because I'd planned to go travelling within that year.
Yep.
So when I came back, I still had a couple of months before I was starting uni. So I got my old job back at the school I was working at before I started uni. And then started uni, which was shit. Hated every second of it, but there we are. And then here I am.
Where'd you go to uni?
Oxford Brookes.
Why'd you hate him?
It was probably the shittest 3 years of my life so far.
Why?
The uni was shit. The support was shit. The lecturers were shit. Everything was shit.
Oh.
I just got it was just awful. I just had an awful experience there, and it wasn't a supportive uni. And my last placement was horrific, that I had to get my union involved, and the university were horrendous at supporting me. And there were emails sent around about me between the university, who I'm paying for this. The university meant to be on my fucking side, but they were just wankers, and it was just shit. I didn't go to my graduation because of it, so I don't even think I have my degree. I don't even know where that is, because
What'd you finish on?
2-1. Yeah.
Decent.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get it, to be fair. But,
Just
you know.
They're wankers.
They are wankers.
Yeah.
I'm not like an academic person.
Which is why you're a teacher.
A teacher of year 2 as well. So.
Fair play. Highbrow.
Yeah, it's true. I'm just not an academic.
Why did you choose teaching them?
I always kind of wanted to work with kids. And it was that or midwifery. But midwifery, like, it's intense.
No shit.
Yeah, and also I just don't think I could do all the medical side. So I like teaching. Is it something I want to do forever? No. Okay. But, and it's difficult because, like, the best part of the job is the kids. Like, they are just so funny. They are so witty, and they just come up with the best puns. And
they're fucking nuts.
Oh,
yeah.
They just make me so happy because they're just, we just have such a laugh, and they love a pun, and I love a pun.
They at year 2.
Year 2, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, 6
love
and
it.
7.
Love it. Yeah, it makes sense actually. Yeah.
Yeah, one of them comes in and she goes, I knows you. And I was like, yes, that's fucking brilliant. And like,
And it's brilliant because she's kind of like discovered it.
Yeah.
She's kind of figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah. And then sometimes they'll say to me, because like, so the other day we had art in the afternoon. So I was like, so this afternoon, and I like wait for the reaction, and they literally go, "You're so embarrassing." I'm like, that's not the point.
But you're also like, that is fantastic that you have the self-awareness to be like, oh, that was a bad one.
Yeah. I also like the fact that they're like, "You're so embarrassing."
That's brilliant.
And I'm like, yeah, but I always say to them, like, do you get it? Do you get it? And then I read this book the other day about bees, and it was like bees going to school, and I was like showing their like busy calendar, and I said, oh, they look really beesy. Dead. Sometimes I think my humour is wasted on these tiny humans.
No, they know. They're just like, that's still shit.
But they literally look at me and I'm like, did you get it? They're like, yeah, we got it.
That's actually amazing. Because you see, how do you nurture a sense of humour? Like, how do you create that? Because that's, first of all, when you're dealing with kids, how the hell... First of all, communication is number one. How the hell do you communicate them? You know, like, I take it for granted because I do it every day with everyone, but how did someone teach me how to communicate? So I've got to do the same thing with a small child. Whatever it is you're teaching with them, you've got to teach them words, and then they have the intelligence to understand there's a way to take the piss out of that while fully understanding what it means. So it's either they don't get it because they're still understanding words, or they do get it and think it's funny, or there's even the third level, which they've got to with you now, whereas they still get it and they're like, that's shit, try harder. That's fucking incredible.
I know.
That's so incredible.
But I also think it's nice now because of the situation that we're in with the pandemic, and I've only got 6 kids in, we have all built up, like my TA has said the same thing, that we've all built such a relationship with each other. Like, we've bonded so much more with these kids. And it's interesting that the particular kids that have come in are the ones that are like quite quiet in my class, so it's been nice to be able to see them kind of come out their shell a little bit, because normally I have 25.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, so it's nice, like, and we've just like built up such a relationship with them, and it's nice because now some of them are a bit more confident, and they'll like tease and play and joke, and it's just nice. And I just think it's meant to be fun, so just try to make it as fun as possible, really.
Yeah, and there's something beautiful about shaping someone else's life, especially someone who's younger, because it's just awesome, because you're shaping this little person, and you're making them grow, literally, by hopefully you feed them, but you're making them grow in their ability to communicate with people and how they can express themselves. Equally, if they develop a sense of humour, it's just fun, mate. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And some of them, I just look at them and I like one of them. One of them told a joke once, but I think he actually just wanted to come up to the front of the class and tell a joke. So his joke was, why did the cow go into space?
I don't know. That good, huh?
Get ready.
Okay.
Because okay.
We'll be back after this short break.
Because he wanted to go to the moon. Okay, can I just say that was not the original punchline?
What was the original punchline?
That was one of the things that one of the other kids guessed, and I went, that was a good one. And the kid went, he wanted to see some aliens. I was like,
he did an anti-joke. That's even better.
I know. He literally was
that's
like,
brilliant.
Why
That's
did
very
the cow
good.
go into space? And everyone was like, because he wanted to see the moon. And he was like,
no, he wants to go to space.
Yeah,
fuck,
he
man.
was like, he wants to see some aliens. Like,
that's
fucking stupid.
It's like, teacher, what's all these people, man?
Honestly, and I was just like,
that's brilliant.
That was so good.
Well, I've got a mate, Richard. I can say that because he's on it. He was a fan of going. His 2 favourite jokes of all time are, number 1, what did the cheese say to itself in the mirror?
Oh, hold on, I love cheese jokes.
Go on.
Oh no.
Hello, me.
That's good.
He said, what kind of bee makes milk?
Oh, I don't know.
A booby.
Oh, yeah.
He's been saying that for 11 years, those 2 jokes.
It's like cracker jokes. Though,
Yeah, you're
it?
like, oh my God, I love you, but you're such an arsehole.
Someone told me a joke yesterday that was, I just loved, like, cracker jokes at Christmas. I just think are the best ones.
Oh, they're so painful.
But they're brilliant. And they're just
some are brilliant because they're so bad, but some are just like, you did not put any effort into this.
No, but I was told one yesterday that was, why did the girl fall off the swing?
Oh, God. I know the anti-joke answer, I'm not going to say that. She dropped her ice cream.
Because she didn't have any arms.
Oh, that was the anti-joke one. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there was a mate of mine who just, he spent months just doing this, and they were just really horrific. And you were like, why?
No, I'm so excited.
You shouldn't be as horrific. You were like, why did Timmy drop his ice cream?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Because he got hit by a bus. It's so horrible, but equally,
Oh
what the fuck?
It is.
The thing is, because you're like, that would make it. He would drop it.
Yeah, he would.
He would drop it.
You're not wrong. He definitely
There's
would.
no way you still have it.
Oh, fuck. Jokes like that are so bad, but they're so good. Because you're right. Like,
his other one, which your kid, one of your kids would absolutely love. He came up to us once. Oh, okay. He came up to us once and he was like, what did the lawyer say to the other lawyer? We're both lawyers. It's so, why is that funny? You don't know why you're laughing so hard. But it would kill. Because it was like, what the fuck?
but that's a fun one, because you could also do that with anything, couldn't you?
Yeah,
Really?
I know. It's like, what? The first time I heard that was like 10 years ago. It's still funny.
What did the lawyer say to the lawyers?
Why is it funny?
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense. Why is it funny?
It doesn't make sense, but it also makes perfect
Oh
sense.
my
Because he
God.
probably would say it to another lawyer.
Oh my God. Oh God, my face hurts. Oh.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my God.
I really like cheese jokes though. I think they're
What,
good.
like Edab is made backwards?
Oh yeah, yeah. But I like.
And you're like, really? Is it?
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah.
here it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I like. What's a pirate's favourite cheese?
Red Leicester?
Cheddar.
No.
I made that one up.
This explains a lot.
Yeah. And then how do you get a bear down from a tree?
Wensleydale?
Camembert. I think they're really good.
All right.
And then what?
Did you make that one up as well?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh, okay.
Why? Do you think it was good?
No.
Oh. And then what do you call a donkey at a masquerade ball?
You've already given the name. It's mascarpone. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like you can't say what do you call a pony at mask.
No. The joke is
I got it wrong.
It's a Tim Vine joke when he's like, I was at the restaurant.
I saw Tim Vine.
Fuck off. He was at a restaurant the other day and he brought me tiramisu and a blindfolded horse. And I was like, no, mascarpone. That's how you do it.
I don't remember that. I saw him though. He was good.
I think all of these are wasted on you if you just haven't seen.
Oh, he was so funny though.
He's
wicked.
so quick.
Yeah.
So
he had a
good.
thing with a plastic bag, and he was like, "Whoa, wow, yeah, 10 points." And he was like throwing it up, and he's like, "Wow, yeah." And then he like picked it up, and he went, "Oh, it says it's not for kids." It was so good.
That's good.
He was like playing with it for ages.
Sorry, yeah.
And have you seen his whole pen behind the ear? The ear. He literally gets a box of biros and throws them until he catches it behind his ear, and you just watch him on stage and everyone goes pen behind the ear, pen behind the, and he's literally standing there and there's music on and he's like flicking these
that
pens.
sounds so painful.
Yeah, but as soon as he gets it, everyone's like, yeah, like it's such a buzz.
We try and do, when we get bored of work, we try and do tricks with pens and stuff. So we try and like flick them at each other, like land in a pocket or something. And we did it once with one of my colleagues. He had a Sharpie on the table. He went like that. It spun and landed in my pocket. And we were like, that just really happened. We were like, yeah. We were like,
Oh my God.
We've been trying for years and we finally got it. And no one saw it. We were like, oh, fuck.
It'd be the one time like you didn't get record it or something.
Yeah, I know. Well, we got I could have checked the CCTV. Could have done it. Yeah,
That is cool.
Could have pulled it up.
That is fun. But yeah, that's good. This is fun.
Told you it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, just chatting shit, man.
Yeah. Literally is just chatting shit.
Do you think anyone can tell that this is the first day we've met?
Well, technically second.
Conversation then. This is our first conversation.
Yeah, she is our first conversation.
Yeah, because beforehand it's just, hey.
Yeah, hi Tasha. Oh, fuck.
It's like, shit.
Your brother knows my name. That really surprised me though, because I hadn't met you. I just didn't know.
Yeah, but I'd seen you from afar, and we said, oh, Tasha's here today, so I'm assuming, okay, whoever's going to be there is going to be Tasha then.
That must be Tasha. Yeah, that's true. That's true, actually.
Yeah.
It's our first conversation.
I know. It's exciting.
Very exciting.
And the whole world can benefit from it as well.
The wittiness and the puns. Such a hoot.
Well,
I actually was given 2 challenges on this podcast.
what? And you failed both of them. Go on.
I have, actually. I haven't...
Okay, no sex, no swearing?
No. I was given a task by Louise and the person who shall not be named because she has not been on this podcast.
Very good.
To try and make you say something.
Okay. Well, also, I'm not going to say it now.
No. I shouldn't have done that.
No.
But do you remember the other day?
Unless you can try and work it. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not going to say it.
Just say it.
No, I'm not saying it.
Why?
Well, because you spell it wrong for a start.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
That's
What's
annoying.
the relevance to that?
Oh. I'll only tell you if you say it.
No.
Well, then no.
No, fine.
It's fine. You'll never know the relevance of...
My life is not unenriched by knowing it.
Oh, it is.
I'm sure you guys are spelling it wrong, and you haven't even seen that film.
Yeah. I mean...
The film's amazing.
Yeah, it's completely my fault. I'm the one that introduced it to us.
How?
The word.
Why?
Does this bit have to be on your podcast?
No, I can take it out if you want, or we can talk about it afterwards if you want.
So basically...
We'll talk about it afterwards. I can't be asked to edit it. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my task, to try and get you to say the word.
So that was one. What was the other task?
One that was quite similar. Just...
Say something else?
Yeah.
Try and make me say something else.
Okay, but you won't say that one.
Of course I won't.
So
Why are you telling me this?
How am I going to make you say it?
What? Wait, use your intelligence. You've got to figure out a roundabout way to do it.
I've already told you I'm not academic.
Yeah, but you're lulling me into a false sense of security. You're
Mm.
pretending you don't remember things just to make me think, she's simple. When realise you're there like, I've already worked out all your
She's a
passcodes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know your pin.
Yeah, you're like, I know them all. How? Just how you are. I'm sensing a 7 somewhere. All 7s. Got it.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, nailed it.
It's true though. This actually is our first conversation and it's being recorded. How
I know.
fun is that?
That's great. Wonderful.
I think it's gone quite well.
I'm having a blast.
I'm having a hoot.
You all good for beverages? Do you want anything else?
I don't know. Do you ever do this with wine? Actually, that's a lie. I've seen you do it with wine. So. Groupie. It's my hashtag.
Doing it the other way around. So you say the word and then do that afterwards.
Yeah, is that not how it works?
Sure. Yeah, it is now.
Why
yeah.
not?
I'll try to think the most disastrous one, which I don't know if you've seen it, is when it was me and the boys. So it's 4 of us.
I haven't watched that one yet.
So we had our old previous team. I put out a huge spread. So I gave us all. I got everyone like a hot drink, so everyone got a coffee or tea or whatever. And then I put out loads of water, non-alcoholic beer, normal beer, energy drinks, Coke, whatever. And only one person had all the beer.
Oh.
So the actual podcast itself is about 2.5 hours long. I had to scale it back to an hour because it just got so messy. Like I'm saying that I didn't say it then, but there's a point in the actual one where I actually fight him because I'm like, he just goes off the end. You know when it's one person's completely smashed and everyone else is like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Everyone else is sober.
Why did he drink it on his own? Did no one else want any?
I don't think so. Well, one was driving, the other one doesn't really drink, and I don't drink either, so I'm just like...
You don't drink?
No.
At all?
I mean...
I saw you drinking wine on a podcast.
I did that, but I don't really like it that much. That was fine, because it's like red wine, and I was really taking my time with it. And also it was for something and with someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like beyond that, it doesn't really bother me.
No. Louise is like that though, isn't she?
Yeah, I think we do it for some similar reasons, some of the different ones. Me, it's just my hangovers are so horrible now. They are fucking horrible. They last like a week.
In your mid-20s now.
Oh, these have been like this since I was 21.
Oh.
They are horrible. They're
Really?
so just painful.
Did that depend on what you drank?
Doesn't matter, whatever it is.
What was your drink?
I with one of my girlfriends, we moved in together for a time, and the kind of honeymoon phase lasted a very long time.
Always the best?
No, because it was
not the best.
a bottle of gin, a bottle of port a week.
Oh, Jesus.
Real bad. But we go through the port in like a night.
Don't like port.
I loved it, but my system just can't handle it now because it's too. I was drinking it like water when it's a fucking fortified wine, and you're like, okay. Whereas now I can't drink anymore, and like even gin, I'm like, I just don't enjoy this. I'm just like,
I love gin. We go to Menorca every year.
Oh,
beautiful. My mum and dad, my nonna and pops had a place, and then my pops died. My dad inherited it, so we go every year. But they have this drink that they have at the fiestas called pomada, and it's basically like Menorcan gin called Zariga, and like a Fanta lemon, but with herbs and everything. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And they just fill up like 2-litre bottles and just like drink it out these like bottles, obviously.
Out of their hands.
Yeah, like a little puppy. But oh yeah, it's nice. It's nice, really nice.
That does sound cool. It could just be the alcohol that's here, because like alcohol I've had in Italy, Corfu, whatever, it just Portugal, it just tastes so much better than the shit we have here.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's made there then gets preserved and bottled over here or what, but
yeah,
just anything that's like local is always so much better than the crap we have here.
I agree with you, but I also think it's probably like atmosphere as well. Like if you're away, you're like on a holiday and it's all just a bit more relaxed and stuff, so like, having a drink just feels nicer.
I think I like their approach to it as well. Like Italy is awesome. I went to Rome 8 years ago.
Yeah.
No, yeah, whatever. And we were sat like that. We were sat out on the first night in this little courtyard, and there was like 50 people around or whatever, and everyone was drinking, but it wasn't a lot, and it was like kids all the way up to great grandparents. Like everyone was out together, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, why don't we do this? Why is it just like this really small age group go out like once a week and get just absolutely annihilated? Whereas it's like they go out every night and there's all of them and they just have like one glass. And that's amazing.
I know.
It's so awesome.
I agree with you. Like the culture is so much nicer. Like when we go to Menorca, it's just like the whole atmosphere is just so much more relaxed. But like the culture as well, that they don't go out for dinner till like 10:30 at night.
That's great. It's so good.
Yeah, and like there are people like literally that just sit out on the streets, like older people who just sit out on the streets on like little plastic chairs and just talk to each other and stuff like that. It's just so, but yeah, we just don't have that here. Like you just have wankers. Yeah.
Yeah, and even people who want to go out and actually enjoy themselves because they like being sociable, they just gets ruined for them. They're like, I don't want to go out now. Yeah. It's like me. I remember my first night out was absolutely ruined for me, and I'm just like, I hate it. I've never liked it since. Like,
don't go out.
I've never liked it. Like I like going to like a bar, but I like being able to actually talk to people. Like and pubs obviously fine, but I hate clubs. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Not, but even like at the day after I was 18, I was like, nope.
No.
So I just went once, and it was just ruined for me. And I'm like,
where did you go?
We went to Sakura. It was just so like I thought like it was cool to begin with, and then just like a few things happened. I was like, nah, I hate this. Like the only time I've enjoyed myself is when I've been there when they had the like mid 2000s music on the bottom floor, just because you'd be in a ring with like 15 people you don't know screaming System of a Down at each other, and you're like, this is fun.
Or like S Club 7.
Yeah, S Club, Linkin Park, Papa Roach, whatever. Everyone's just like, these are all bangers. Everyone's like, yeah.
Peter Andre.
You
can see.
And then
that style of music is obviously a lot cooler than mine. You're like System of a Down. I'm like S Club 7.
Oh, I like pretty much everything. So
yeah, but I agree with you. But do you like to dance?
No.
Oh, you're a joy, aren't you?
Hey, you want to just talk to me, mate?
But like, we always go to Revolution de Cuba.
See, I remember going there once on a work thing, and I was like, holy shit, people actually dance here, like actual dance. I was like, look at these hips go. I was like, everyone's doing it. This is amazing. I was like, I never thought I'd see the day when they'd have this in Reading. I thought it'd just be ridiculous, be like,
yeah.
But I was like, this is actually cool.
It's amazing.
It's so cool.
It's our favourite place, like salsa, samba, everything. And you just dance with anyone.
And even if, every time I've been, I've never dance, but I'm just like, I'm just enjoying watching this because there's people actually doing it right. I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, I love it. It's so good. Like,
yeah, that was cool.
Louise and I always like grab Louise and like try and salsa together and stuff. But it's nice because you just like anyone. And there's this guy that we met there called Peter.
Andre? Whoa.
Plot twist. Who is like 40 something. And he doesn't drink and he goes to salsa lessons. And we started seeing him so much that we became quite friendly. And he literally just well, obviously before all the pandemic, but he would go there just like every Friday night just to practice. That's amazing.
Dance. I'd love to be that man. I'd love to, because the reason I don't dance is because I feel like a twat. Because I have rhythm, but I only have rhythm when I'm sat down. Because I hit things. That's fun. I'm a drummer. I don't just hit people. But if I'm stood up, I'm immediately like seize up, and I'm like, no, I can't move my legs.
What do I do with my body?
Like shoulders, fine. Arms, fine. Hips, kinda. Legs, they're planted right here. They're not moving.
That's funny. Louise is the opposite. Louise will move her legs and her hips, and like she'll like move her waist, but she doesn't know what to do with her arms.
Oh, interesting.
And she always says to me, she's like, what do I do? I'm like,
shoulders is where I'm at. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I've got the shoulders. Yeah.
But she's like, I just don't know what to do.
I can't. I'm like negative from the waist down.
Like
nothing.
Belly dancing, but nothing else is moving.
And shoulder stuff. That's it. I can't do anything else. Like Amy's trying to teach me, I'm like, nope, can't do it.
No, so I just need to combine you and Louise.
Yeah,
I think you'll have Amy.
I think it's pretty much it's smaller. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's because I did from when I was about 7. I did very specific kind of training, which was all about you need to have strong thighs, no calves, and plant your legs. And then it's all the shoulders and the hips from there. And then I think I've just done that ever since. And so it's just like my body's conditioned to do that stuff. So like running, terrible at. Like I've tried like boxing and karate, terrible because I just stay still and just get hit all the time. So yeah, it's a similar thing with dancing or skiing or whatever.
MMA?
Done a bit of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Louise meant. Are you black belt or something?
Judo, yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Judo is planted, and then you grab, pivot, and go. So it's the hips and the shoulders do all the work. Whereas like you need to have a strong base to keep up to move their body weight. Whereas if I did like taekwondo or something, that's all kicks. So I'd have my legs would be a lot more dexterous, and there'd be a lot more movement from them. As it is, it's all like monkey thighs. But again, there's nothing from here. Like I can't run up a shit. I've got no calf muscles either.
Oh really?
Yeah, because it's all in the thigh.
You need to do some calf raises.
I do.
Oh.
Like every other day. Literally, I've got fucking little weak wrists as well.
Oh.
It's alright. Got my dad's shoulders and my mum's wrists. That's how you do it.
But you can like fuck someone up judo style if it comes to it.
Sure.
Why not?
Why not? Let's say that.
Yeah, Louise mentioned you were a black belt. This is what I mean.
What?
Fucking black belt in judo.
Yeah.
Estate agent.
Yeah.
Personal trainer.
Not yet.
Podcast person.
Yeah.
Works in a suit shop.
Yeah.
Just, I feel like you're going to then say, oh yeah, you're like Nessa from Gavin and Stacey.
What? She knows Eddie Stobart?
Yeah. Like she's like married, she married
she
Prince.
Was, yeah, that was funny, yeah.
And I just feel like one day you're going to tell us, oh yeah, when I don't know, just something. Do you want to hear a story?
Neat segue. Go on. Subtle. Go on.
So there's a bit of a joke in my family about my brother. Because he says things happen to him that none of us remember. So my brother's convinced that he's been to Buckingham Palace. And we're like, when did this happen, Sebastian? And, on a school trip. And my mum was like, I'm pretty sure I remember if you went to Buckingham Palace. Yeah, I went to Buckingham Palace and got an award. Okay. He said he's abseiled down the Shard. Again.
Okay.
But none of us have any memory of this. And then a couple of months ago, he told me that he'd been to Roald Dahl's grave. And I was like...
Where's that?
London,
okay.
I think.
Okay.
And I was like, fuck off, you've not been to Roald Dahl's grave. He was like, yes, I have. He was like, there's gold footprints going all the way up to the grave. And I was like, no, you fucking haven't. He was like, oh, I'll prove it. I was like, fucking prove it then. So he went on the internet and typed in Roald Dahl grave, screenshotted it and sent it to me and was like, there you go. I was like, Bastian, you've literally just gone on the internet.
That doesn't prove you went.
Exactly. Oh my god! And there's so many stories like that. He's like, yeah, been to Buckingham Palace. Yeah, met the Queen. And you're just like, but he's convinced he's done it.
Is he just confusing dreams with real life?
I don't know. I feel like he probably went on a school trip to Warwick Castle or something.
He just assumes it's Buckingham Palace. Yeah. But I feel that.
He doesn't get out much.
You interest me with how you guys call him, how you guys have chosen his nickname.
Bear.
No, Bastian.
Oh, Oh, why?
Because all the Sebastians I've known in my life, everyone just calls him Seb.
He calls himself Seb.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because most nicknames are from the front of the name, but you choose the
Oh,
back
I
of
see
the
what
name.
you mean, yeah.
Because I'm like, because when I first heard it, because I didn't know who Louise was talking about, and she's like, oh yeah, Bastian or whatever. I was like, sorry, his name is what? It's like Bastian. I was like, what? His name is Fortress. And she was like, no, what do you mean Fortress? I'm like, Bastion is another word for fortress or like turret or tower or something. I was like, what? She was like, oh no, his name's Sebastian. I was like, call him fucking Seb then. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no. But my sister's Catherine, but but people call her Cat. But then mine's
C-A-T, yeah.
Yeah, but mine's at the end because I'm Natasha, but it's Tash or Tasha.
Yeah, that's weird. I guess some names do lend themselves to it, don't they?
Yeah. But we all have nicknames. So like my brother's Bear.
And you're Spazzy McGee.
Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
My brother's Bear, my sister's Bods, and I'm Wags.
Bear's a good one. That's a good nickname. It's quite big.
No.
Oh, it doesn't work then.
Well, he's tall.
He's got a beard.
Yeah, he's got a beard.
Oh, that's fine then.
He looks Amish.
Yeah, that's
actually.
cool. That's exciting to me, Amish.
Oh,
I'm
really?
there like, how do you live without electricity? How long is it? What was it? I'm going to go to the shops. I'll see you in 3 weeks.
It's true. That's really interesting.
And I like how it's like uniquely American because Amish people don't exist anywhere else except in like Pennsylvania. You're like, all right.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I agree with you. They fascinate me. I remember I saw someone.
They're
on the
really
train
fascinating.
Once, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
You're like, are you allowed on the train?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
Like,
and they're like, yes, we know what it is.
Growth, and then you can be shunned and everything, can't you?
There's a TV show called Banshee, which is.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen Banshee?
I've seen first series. Yeah.
Very good. Okay, good. Don't watch anymore because I made.
Does it not end up? Good?
I made the mistake of. So I watched it first time years ago, and then I got the whole box set at the beginning of this lockdown. I was like, sweet, I can smash out Banshee. I've never seen the whole thing. Got to season 3, and I'm like, I am really upset because it's like I was like watching it like late at night in the dark by myself in my room, and just the things that happen to the characters. You're like, I really like these people, and I'm just like, this is so unnecessary. You get so bonded to them, and you're like, oh no. But yeah, the first season when you've got Proctor's family. And they're all Amish, and you're like, oh, they shunned Elizabeth.
Drama.
No, Rebecca, the mum's Elizabeth. They're like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
I love the first season. It's so good. And just the concept of like him just turning up on the first day. I'm just like, yeah, go on then.
Yeah, he's pretty nice.
Anthony Starr. Have you seen The Boys?
Yes, I have.
He's Homelander.
Shut up.
Grows his hair out, dyes it blonde. That's him.
Weird, because I do not like him as Homelander.
No, well, he's a prick as Homelander.
He's a twat.
Yeah.
That's a good series, though.
That's very good.
Really good series.
Very good.
Have you seen a series on Amazon called Hunters?
No, Al Pacino, right?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, fucking amazing.
You just like a sort of Jews in it, don't you? I hope we can actually say Jews. Otherwise, this is not going to last very long, isn't it?
This is going to be one of those things where it's like, how many times do they say Jews? And every time we say it, it's going to be like, ding, ding,
I think
ding.
There's a podcast I listen to where they have something called the Nice Boy Clock, which is basically for the first 10 minutes of the show, they can't say anything, they can't swear, they can't do anything because like algorithms or some shit. So they were like, he's like counting down. He's like, can I say this yet? Can I say this? All right, here we go. So, fuck shit, asshole. Yeah, that's better. Yeah,
I feel so much better.
So, yeah, I think we might have ruined that actually because we definitely saw in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but you kind of got that out of the way.
I did not know he was Homelander.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good series though.
Yeah, it's very good.
That first.
But the opening scene.
Oh my god! I remember watching it and I was literally like.
I was like, what the fuck?
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm in. Let's do it. Yeah. Or with Popclaw, when she kills that guy, you're like.
Oh yeah. When she's like sat on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it looks great. I'm sure it feels great, but I mean, still.
I'm sure it felt great for her.
Yeah. Well, he was into it.
For a time.
That was his kink, so that's fine. That was funny. But it's of the bit where she's just like squatting like 600 kilos. You're like,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But Yeah. But I did not know it was Homelander. In Banshee, I'm like, damn.
And pretty much every other character is as well. That's why he gets all the ladies.
That's true.
Even the ones he shouldn't.
Naughty guy.
Damn him being so good looking and rugged.
Rugged men.
Rugged, good looking fucker. How dare he?
Oh, honestly.
Let the rest of us have a chance. Grr. To be fair, like if you look at his eyes, you're like, it's like a rabid wolf. You're like, not fucking with him. You're like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, you can have a go.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh yeah, try and compete with him. You're like, all right, you win. You just look at him.
My wrists are really weak.
Yeah, you just look at him. Yeah, he wins.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
But they make him so fucking sleazy in The Boys. He's like, but also like his skin, because he's like so white, and his hair is like the bleach blonde.
And he's got that weird relationship with what's her face. You're
like,
yeah.
Oh, he wants to be breastfed, doesn't he?
Yeah, you're like, it's your mother, but you also sexual. You're like, what is going on?
Yeah, and have you seen all the series? Okay.
Don't spoil a fucking thing.
I won't. But in the third series.
Wait, what, 3?
Okay, maybe
no,
it's
second.
two. In the second series.
Don't.
It's a bit weird.
Don't. Oh, he doesn't try and fuck her, does he?
I mean, you don't want me to say anything, so I'm not going to say anything.
If it's something like that, I could. My mate spoiled the dolphin scene for me, so you know.
Oh fuck! I forgot about that.
He just went dolphin. I was like, oh.
Oh, he tries so hard. And have you seen the lobster? Was that the first series?
Yeah.
When he goes to rescue the lobster,
No,
and he's like, "Don't worry, guys," and he's like, "I'll have that lobster, please." And the guy like takes it out and just stabs him with a knife.
Oh yeah.
And he's just like, he just can't do anything right, can he? Poor guy. Great series though.
What, The Deep?
Yeah.
Are you saying The Deep's a poor guy?
For sad? No, I mean like he's trying to save the
No,
animals.
but what he did to Starlight in the first episode, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah. I don't mean that. I mean.
You don't say poor guy. He's an asshole. He deserves everything.
Yeah, he does, but the animals don't.
And then the animal, the dolphin. Oh,
That's
the
what
poor
I'm saying.
dolphin.
Like, he's...
Oh right, you mean the crabs?
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
He's trying to help the animals, and every time it just he just fucks it up. And in the second series, it's fucking worse.
Doesn't kill another dolphin, does he?
It's not a dolphin.
He's such a dickhead.
Yeah, he's a twat.
Such an arsehole.
It'd be cool to have a power though, wouldn't it?
Asking the big questions of the day, what would be your superpower? And you can't say all the powers.
All the powers.
Just greedy.
So many. Do you know who I really loved as a kid? X-Men. Storm.
Good. Oh, snap.
Yeah. Storm. I would like used to pretend and be like, I roll my eyes back.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm changing the weather.
Yeah, Storm's so cool.
Yeah, she was like just fit.
Halle Berry, man. Oh.
Yeah,
and
man. Just like the white hair. And
that was cool.
Yeah.
That was a very good move.
Yeah, she was my favourite, so I'd probably want some.
Interesting.
I know, do you remember in the first one where she's like, have you ever wondered what happens to a toad when he gets struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else. It's just like fucking sick. I'm always like, yeah.
The first X-Men's a great film.
Yeah, it's my favourite.
Well, because this kind of went downhill. Well, not really. The second and the third was shit. First one was very good.
Yeah.
The Wolverine films were good.
I loved Wolverine. Also, I like the fact that obviously Wolverine was meant to be before X-Men.
Yep.
But obviously because it was after, Hugh Jackman's like, boof.
He's
massive.
When he looked the best, he was probably the closest to death. Because he's so dehydrated.
Yeah.
And he's just like, they had to really watch me because like it's not natural to look like that. He's just like, he said, I felt like I was gonna die, and all the doctors were like, yeah, he was nearly dead. He looks incredible, but you're like, it's just like,
it's mad that you've got to do that though.
Well, it's the same with bodybuilders, yes, but also anyone else who does that sort of modelling or those sort of competitions. Right before that, you've got to look the most cut possible. So for everyone, you've really got to just dehydrate yourself because it just sucks all the fat and everything. What are you doing?
Just getting some water.
What are you? Right. Speaking of dehydration, yeah.
Yeah.
You know we have taps here, right? We can just.
Yeah.
All right.
Sound effects.
Kind of ASMR. Here we go.
Oh.
What?
Say that again.
ASMR.
What does that stand for?
I've no idea.
Ah, interesting. Because I follow this person on Instagram called Erica Lust, who is like a.
Interesting second name.
Well, she's basically like a porn producer and director. And she did this whole thing the other day that's like, what does sex sound like? And she had like...
Well, it depends.
Well, yeah, but she had like a microphone and like a melon, and someone was like touching the melon, and it was all like making the noise.
Stroking
and stuff.
them?
Well, like fingering.
Then yeah, that's pretty accurate. Yeah. Yeah.
So and it was that. And I
Yeah.
just thought like, oh, read about that earlier.
You're like, oh, all the lanes are coming together. There we are.
Yeah, look at that, full circle, back on sex.
So you're thinking Storm. Storm's a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think she's really cool. Rogue, I think hers is an awful one.
It's really unfortunate. Yeah. It'd be cool if you could control it, but as you can't, you're like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, just no. Although I did like the white streak in her hair. I thought that was cool.
Anyone could do that. I could get a white streak in my hair.
That's true actually. Yeah, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, it's not a power. What's your power? Wait. Whoa!
Whoa!
Look at that. You dye. That could be your own power. Dye your own hair. Oh, that is Mystique. She just dyes her own hair.
Oh, Mystique.
Mystique's good. The original one's great.
Yeah. I agree.
Really good.
I love X-Men. They were my favourite movies. But Wolverine, gave me chills when he's like, Striker!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Very good.
And you see a little bit of his willy. When he's like...
What are you talking about?
When he's in the, like... He gets that adamantium, doesn't he?
Oh, when he first comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get the gutters, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great scene.
Yeah.
Great scene.
He's just a specimen of a man.
Yeah, he's a beast, isn't he?
Yeah, literally. So was a Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a wolf.
Yeah, it's kind of like a cross between a wolf and a badger as a Wolverine.
A badger?
Yeah, it's like this little thing that's like, meh.
I know what a badger is.
No, the Wolverine's like, meh.
Oh.
No, not the badger.
You're telling me what badger is?
Wolverines, I think it's like Wolverines and honey badgers. They like fight off lions and shit, and you're like, it's like it's like a house cat, but it just fights off a lion. The lion's like, oh, I'm not fucking with you because they're just so vicious.
Badgers are actually evil things, aren't they?
Yeah, badgers are horrible.
It's not. I remember when I was in Australia and we were in Kakadu, and we were like,
place. That's not real. There's a place called Kakadu.
Yeah. Yeah, Kakadu.
Just taking the piss now, aren't they?
We went on this tour and it was like Aboriginal and everything, and we were like camping in the middle of the forest, or woods, I don't know, jungle, and we were in these like containers. It was so fucking hot. It was horrific. But like we were talking about everything that can just kill you in Australia, because there was this beach in Darwin called Myrtle Beach, and they were like, do not go near the water because you can get like box jellyfish, sharks, saltwater crocodiles, like everything just like in the sea. And they were like, so just don't let your dogs off the lead and don't do this. And we were talking about it. They were like, we were saying to them like, you've got sharks, crocodiles, spiders, like everything. I was like, all we've got is like a badger. Do you know what I mean? But actually, badgers can be pretty fierce.
Well, what I did, I went for a walk the other night, and I was walking home. This fox just started walking with me, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I was like, just this mangy little thing on the other side of the road, keeping pace with me. I went, all right.
That's all we've got.
It's not going to do anything.
Or a hedgehog. They're a bit prickly.
Yeah. You're like, you prick.
I'd love a hedgehog.
A hedgehog would be cool.
Oh, I'd call it Hodgehog, I think. I actually have names. Oh, Punky.
That's better. Like I said, that poor hedgehog, you call it its reverse name. It's just mean, man. Hodgehog.
Punky.
If you couldn't have been Storm, what which one would you have been?
Waffling. Well, who would you be?
See, I came down a similar sort of thing because I was obsessed. There was a book, series of kids' books called the Charlie Bone series, and it was basically about this kid, the main kid Charlie, could like speak to people in pictures and paintings and stuff. But he went to a school with kids who had loads of powers, and there's one of them called Tancred who had he was just a stormy boy, and he was a storm boy pretty much. Like he just like it was just wind and lightning. That was his thing. I was like, sick. So cool. He was basically just like a baby Zeus just walking around. I was like, that's cool. Real cool. But then I moved from that to if I was going to be anyone, I started reading like these Greek books, and I was like, okay, Poseidon is the way forward, because Zeus is up in the clouds somewhere. He can throw lightning and shit, but if I'm Poseidon in the bottom of the ocean, you ain't catching me, mate.
Yeah.
You can't get me. What are you going to do?
Yeah, that's true.
Throw lightning bolts into the water. Well done. And then I got the Kraken. What are you going to do?
Oh, the Kraken.
And all of these sea monsters and giants. And as I went further and further down it, I was like, there's so much shit buried in the water. You're like, yeah, there's so many monsters and titans and giants and shit. I was like, yeah, this is where it's at.
Water's scary. I love swimming.
Water is scary. It's terrifying.
It's scary as space, but scarier.
What was the statistic? He was like, we know more about the stars in the sky than we do about our own oceans.
Yeah.
And you're like,
that's fucking terrifying.
Well, it's like the it's the one off of the. Do you have to go anytime?
No.
Okay. It was one off of the yeah, between I get bored of you. It'd be one off the Bermuda Triangle, and it's like I can't remember what it's called, but it's like you could drop 3 Everests down it, and you're like,
Yeah.
No thanks.
No. Scary.
It's Godzilla at the bottom of there.
Godzilla.
Right at the bottom. They've got the new one coming out. It's going to be so good.
I know. To be fair, I watched the Godzilla. What's it called?
King of Monsters.
Yeah, I thought shit. Sorry.
So this has been Harping On.
So this is when you get
This
bored
one
of me.
just get on.
I just didn't think they were. I love movies like that. Like I really, really love movies, but I was just massively disappointed by that. I just didn't think it was that good, and it was long. And I was just like,
See, I'm a sucker for giant creatures.
So
Jaws, Pacific Rim, Godzilla,
Jaws,
Deep Blue Sea, Lake Placid, all that sort of shit. I love giant monsters. I'm like, yes.
Have you seen The Meg?
No, I need to. I need to.
That is a giant monster.
It looks so shit. I'm so in for it.
Yeah, it's so terrible. But then I hate shark movies. They terrify me.
It depends on which one it is. Like I watched. There's one which is called. I'm trying to think. There's one was like Blackwater or Deep Water or something.
Mm-hmm.
So where that woman goes out surfing and gets chased by a shark.
Shallows.
The Shallows. That's it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I was like, the only good bit was the ending. I was like, yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
But I was like, other than that, it's just boring. I'm like, there's nothing happening.
No, I agree. And also, it was just a silly film.
Shark horror films are boring, except for Jaws. Jaws is great. After that, don't watch any of them because they're so boring.
I can't even watch Jaws.
Actually, I say that. I like Deep Blue Sea. Deep Blue Sea is great, partly because the cast is amazing, and then the premise I think is quite clever.
The Abusi.
Deep Blue Sea. Not the Abusi. What the fuck? That's some sort of previously undiscovered tribe. The Abusi warriors.
Yeah, I thought the Abusi.
It actually is a tribe, actually.
Oh, I hate shark films. Oh, it makes my legs tingle now.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Can't do it. The other thing is spiders. Spiders. Today we were doing PE, and the kids were like, "Oh, Miss Tom." Oh, no. I don't want the last name in this, so just get that bit up.
So you don't want me to put your last name in the title?
No,
okay.
Just my first name.
Yeah, fine.
Only because of teaching.
Oh, fine.
Want people to be able to find me.
Yeah, fine.
So you can just put my first name and then tag me Waggles. That's my Instagram.
Does that not have your last name on there as well?
No, Waggles 94.
Yeah, I know that.
It's my nickname. That's why Waggles.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and that's
sure.
why Louise sent me that thing because you said Waggles.
Oh, I just talk shit when I talk to dogs.
Yeah.
I become a dog.
Yeah. Oh, you have to meet Pickles.
I'd love to. I've got so much more. Mum took loads more pictures of me with the dogs. I can show you later if you want.
Oh yeah, I want to get Pickles and Bailey together.
He's such a little shit. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Apparently, when I left, he laid by the door for 4 hours.
I just think dogs are better than humans.
I agree. Yeah, and okay, is that part of your list of questions for people, like animals?
No, but actually, God, I'm really getting some extra questions on this podcast.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Education and amazement.
Yeah.
And lang grammar. Clearly.
Lang grammar.
Lang grammar.
Lang grammar.
Lang grammar.
And Abusi.
That was you. That wasn't me.
Yeah, no.
Debussy, he wrote Claire de Lune. Nah, that was a terrible joke.
Yeah, no, dogs are better than people.
Oh yeah.
And I never used to be a crazy dog lady, but now I get it. Like Pickles is my baby.
See, there's a weird thing. See, I don't think the crazy dog lady's not a thing because we domesticate them so much, and it's the loyalty and the dependence, and they are your companions.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're ill, they know, so they will guard you and they'll look after you. Cats are little shits.
Yeah, but they're so funny.
They are funny, but with cats, you actually can become a crazy cat lady because of something called toxoplasmosis.
Oh.
Which is an actual pheromone that cats secrete if they get there are some rats that carry this disease, and if a cat eats it, it then releases this pheromone around the human, which the human then has to get more cats. It's really weird, and it's really specific, but it's an actual thing, which is why you become a crazy cat person.
Oh, look at that. We used to have a cat. His name was Simba.
Did you kill it?
Died.
Oh, sorry.
Sad, actually.
Sorry. Yeah, okay. Now I'm an arsehole. Sorry.
No. Now we got little Piccolini.
Piccolini.
But he's a cockapoo, but he doesn't look like one. He looks like we call him a cockabear because he's floofy.
Yeah, Mum's got a Cavachon.
Yeah, so cute. I just love them.
He's nuts.
I just think they're like, it's Pickles' birthday on Valentine's Day. It's going to be 1.
Wow, that's a good birthday. Good day.
I know. Forever. It's
gonna be 1. Bloody hell.
I know, and like I just get a bit ridiculous though, because like he went to my sister's in London last weekend, and while he wasn't there, I was like, right, Pickles isn't here, we can talk about his birthday. And then like we were having dinner once.
Like, what?
Yeah, we were having dinner once, and I was like, right, like what are we gonna do? Are we making a cake? And then he came in, and I was literally like, shh. Like, I don't want him to know.
I mean, to be fair, you could pick up on like the vibe, but
Yeah.
you just wouldn't know who it was for.
No, but I wanted to get a bouncy castle and have a party, but
Get the dog on the bouncy castle.
yeah, well, bouncy castle's more for me.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I haven't been on a bouncy castle in years.
Any excuse, you know.
Yeah, I love a bouncy castle.
See, I used to like to go to Sonning when I was younger and have parties there. They had the indoor like gym place with the giant trampolines and stuff, and you're like, yeah, big foam pit.
Oh yes, that's where in Swindon when we go climbing sometimes they've got like an indoor trampoline place.
Nice.
Yeah, really fun. Not that I've done it, but it looks fun.
I wonder if like the indoor skydiving. That looks really cool.
Yeah, I haven't done that. I did do a skydive.
Oh, I did as well.
Did you?
Yeah, where was yours?
Great question. No idea.
Where in the world was it?
Oh, it was in England.
Oh, okay.
It was about...
Let's narrow it down.
Yeah.
Where was it? I don't know, in my head.
It
Or...
was like Oxford way.
Okay, yeah.
It was my 18th birthday.
It's just a good present.
It was good. But I was like... I would do a bungee again, but I wouldn't do a skydive again.
Really?
Yeah.
Scare you too much?
Well, it was like... You got there like at 9 in the morning, but there wasn't an order of jumps, so it was just like as and when.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so you weren't given a time, and then I didn't eat anything, so I thought, oh, it's going to make me sick, like I can't do it. And then I didn't end up I was in the last group at like 4:30, so I didn't eat anything all day. So then by that point I felt sick because I hadn't eaten, and it was just like the anxiety of doing it, because I thought we'd get there, you know, it'd be like an hour, I'd do it, but we were there all fucking day. And then it was a tandem skydive, so the guy that I was doing it with was the main instructor or something, just by chance. And so when we were doing it, he was literally like pulling it, and we were like spinning one way, and then he was pulling it, and we were like spinning the other way.
Oh yeah, for your first time, that's not a good move.
Yeah, and I came down, and there was I got it recorded as well, and as I'm coming down, I'm literally like, I'm gonna be sick, and you can see me like retching like this.
Oh right.
But I wasn't sick because I hadn't eaten anything, but it was just like motion sickness. Like it took a while for me to like settle.
What the hell
I was
was
like,
that? Why was he doing
I know.
that?
I was literally spinning. It was really cool, but and also I had a stupid little hat on, like this little fucking condom on my head. Like it was ridiculous, and like the video, because of like the pressure and everything, my cheeks like go up.
Oh, I'm exactly the same.
Yeah, my brother was like, "You look like Donkey from Shrek."
Yeah,
literally. Because my teeth are just out, my cheeks are up.
When I get a little bit chubby, it goes to my cheeks.
Yeah.
So it goes here and a little bit around my waist, but mostly in my face. And so I'm like that in the wind. I'm like, this is not a good look.
No, but I got like little hamster cheeks anyway. So.
My skin's really stretchy, which is kind of bounces back into place. You know?
Do you know what? Lots of men. Can you pull your skin? Is it stretchy like this?
I don't know what's skin and what's hair. So like that.
Men have like really stretchy skin on their face.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know so many men that have stretchy face skin.
All right.
So many men, like 3. And I don't even know them anymore.
That's more than 1.
That's true.
I don't. Wait. Am I the only person on the list now then?
Yeah. Yeah.
I am the list. Nice.
Yeah. Top of the list.
Cool.
There you go. Stretchy skin. Maybe that's your superpower.
What? I'm Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, but just the face.
Just the face. Okay.
Yeah. Stretchy face man.
So what do I do? Just go out. Let's go out like Cassandra from Doctor Who. I was like,
yeah. Good look.
No.
Oh, sorry. Not
good look. I either look like that, or I look like one of the monsters from Spy Kids.
Oh, Spy Kids, fucking brilliant movie.
But Spy Kids 3D, that is the shit, man.
Yeah.
Just don't watch it in 3D because that's shit. Spy Kids 3.
Oh, but not the D.
No.
Don't want the D.
No.
No.
No, you don't need the D.
Don't need the D.
No.
No one needs D.
No one needs D.
No, exactly.
Yeah, see, there you are.
Just the 3.
Yeah, just a 3. Everyone needs 3, but no D.
Exactly.
It's like this is making less and less sense as we go along.
Oh my god.
Well, it's better than saying Spy Kids D.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't need the 3, but you need the D. I mean, that's probably is more accurate, but it just doesn't ring the same way, you know?
Yeah, no, not really.
That was a good film, though. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. That was a good film.
Mm.
I haven't watched that in ages. Oh, Antonio Banderas.
Thorough.
Oh.
She's got a lisp.
Yeah.
Thorough. Yeah, no, he was very good as Zorro.
Catherine Zeta-Jones in that as well. Poof, beautiful.
She's in Zorro?
Yeah, she's a
Is
woman.
she? She's really? Whereas in other films she's a cat?
Well, if she was Catwoman.
Yeah, we watched Dark Knight Rises the other day with Amy. Yeah, Anne Hathaway's Catwoman's a bit weird.
Who was it again?
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
You're like...
Yeah, I agree with you. It's because she's not sexy.
Well, here was the thing: she wasn't particularly cat-like. If you had like Halle Berry, Eartha Kitt, Michelle Pfeiffer, you're like, yeah, fair enough. But they just put her in a leather bodysuit, and you're like, that doesn't make her Catwoman. She's got to do some cat stuff, and she's yeah, and she wasn't. She was just in a leather suit, and you're like, all right.
To make her look hot.
Make her
look.
Doesn't
hot.
do anything for me.
No, that's what I'm saying. Anne Hathaway. I see people hate Anne Hathaway.
I don't hate her.
But actually, I think
she's a good actress.
She's fucking she actually is Les Mis. She's fucking good.
Princess Diaries.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, Ella Enchanted. Come on.
Oh, I love that one.
That's a good one. I prefer that to Princess Diaries, I must say.
I do love Princess Diaries though.
Yeah, I think Ella Enchanted had a better storyline.
Yeah.
They only got one film out of it, whereas you get the sequel from.
Yeah, and there's meant to be a new one, isn't there? Princess Diaries.
Devil Wears Prada. Phenomenal
that
performance.
Is a great movie.
Great performance in that.
And brain, the one with Jake Gyllenhaal where she's got Parkinson's. She's really good in that.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen that.
That's a really, really good movie. Also, Jake Gyllenhaal, beautiful.
Oh,
Specimen.
what's the one with something? It's either called like Sex, Love, and Other Drugs, or Sex, Money.
It.
Is that Anne Hathaway?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is. That's brilliant.
Of.
That's a great film.
That's such a good film.
Yeah, it is Anne Hathaway. I forgot it was her. Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah. That's really good because he like befriends her, and she's like, "Fuck off," and then and he's like, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you're actually a nice guy."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great film.
That's a really good.
That's
movie.
really good. Really, really good.
They're both really good in that.
Yeah, that is very good.
But she's in Brokeback Mountain as well, isn't she?
I haven't seen that.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Classic Brokeback. But but she's not sexy. So
no, I don't get it.
See her as Catwoman because she's not.
Doesn't work.
She hasn't got that like sexy vibe.
Well, this is the thing. I think they tried to make her do it because everything she was saying, like people would ask her something, she'd be like, "Girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do," and I'm like,
yeah, like trying to be all mysterious.
And I'm like, why does everything have to be? And you can tell she's trying to be like sultry, and you're like, just don't do it, man.
Babe.
Yeah, just to keep kicking people. That's cool. That's fine. But just be like, fuck off, mate.
Who do you think would have been better?
As Catwoman.
Like a nowadays actress.
I'm trying to think, because that came out like 8 years ago. She's longer, I think, actually.
Margot Robbie.
No, but she's already Harlequin.
Oh, I hate that.
Whoa, that's fucking amazing casting. She's fantastic at it.
I think Suicide Squad is a shit movie.
It's not good. It's entertaining, but it's not good.
Yeah.
I do need to watch Birds of Prey. That looks quite cool.
Yeah. What do you think Heath Ledger there as Joker?
Obviously the best.
Oh, amazing. Have you seen the new Joker?
I hated it.
Why?
Hated it. Well, I think it's because I went in with... I was like at the forefront of watching it. Me and Amy went and we were like expecting Heath Ledger. Or at the very least Jared Leto. And we got none of them. We were like, what the fuck is this? So as an artistic film, fantastic. As a comment on like the inevitable inbred landed gentry shit of society and how it's all created just to keep the money and wealth gap stipulated the way it is, brilliant. But as a film, I was like, nah, this is shit.
I think he's a fucking good actor though. He's one of those. He's like method actor. Like he really becomes the character.
He was a good Joker, but I thought the film was awful.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It was quite a painful film to watch.
Yeah, and some bits I was like, oh, it's like the bit when he kills the fat dude in the apartment, and then the little dwarf. I was like, don't hurt the dwarf, don't hurt him. I'm like, it's when he's trying to jump to reach the lock, and the Joker's just staring at him. I'm like, no, you're so mean. I was like, don't.
I can't remember if he kills him.
He doesn't. He lets him out. But I'm just like,
Doesn't.
don't do this.
Yeah.
And then the whole bullshit about he had his next door neighbour and was like chilling with her.
Yeah.
And then it turns out he wasn't. I'm like, no.
All in his head.
Yeah, I'm like, there's so many things you could have explained, and they just glossed over like him and his mum and all that sort of shit, and they just ran past that. I went, no, that could have been amazing. You could have done something really good with that. And they went, nah, run
just
past
as if
it.
they kind of like wrapped everything up.
Yeah, and then like he almost had an interaction with
Oh yeah.
with Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And then Alfred's like, now fuck off, mate. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting them to be like, oh, they're brothers. And
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
it's a lie. I'm like, oh.
I know. I remember that bit because I remember thinking this would be fucking sick.
Well, I turned to Amy. I was like, holy shit. And then he's like, nah, it's a lie. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. And then they could have done something else with that.
That would have been an amazing twist to be like,
Yeah.
even if it doesn't follow the comics, that would have been fucking awesome
Yeah.
to be like, oh shit, they're brothers.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would have been so cool.
I agree. That would have been really, really cool. But I think the fact that he wasn't like Heath Ledger or Jared Leto is probably a good thing.
Yes, well, yeah, you want to have all the Jokers different,
But Heath Ledger,
flawless,
unbelievable.
flawless. Like it's just unbeatable.
Just his voice, like the way
Everything.
that he moves his mouth, and like his lips and his tongue and everything.
The question to it all, the whole and the bits of humour thrown in as well, because he's called the Joker. He's a fucking comedian. I thought that bit was quite good. But with Heath, it was like, and also how he changed the story about how he got the scars each time. Like, how did he do it? I don't know.
Yeah,
Brilliant. It's so good.
Yeah, it's really good. I watched that a couple months ago with my brother actually.
Yeah, I watched them all back, and a few years ago when they first came out, my friend was like, "These films are shit. Batman's just a moody bitch." I was like, "Fuck off, Batman's great."
Moody bitch.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. She was like, "He's just a moody, whiny teenager." I was like, "Nah, he's brilliant." And now I'm watching it back, I'm like, "Yeah, she was right. He is a moody bitch." He is, because he's just he can't handle his emotions, and then so he's like, "I'm gonna do it by beating people up," and it's like, I'm gonna train to learn how to kill people, but I'm not actually gonna do that because I'm not gonna go all the way through. And he just looks retarded with a cape. I'm like, nah, it just looks stupid.
Yeah, and his little ears.
Yeah, his ears. And I'll go show you after this. There is a ancient Mayan god called Camazotz, who's the god of bats and like death, and Batman's outfit is literally stolen from a statue of him.
Oh really?
And the statue's like 2,000 years old, and you're like, you lazy motherfuckers. You just copied this thing straight away.
Bastards.
I know.
I do. I mean, way off topic. Have you seen Peaky Blinders?
Obviously.
I'm watching it again from the beginning.
I've only seen the first 3 seasons.
What the?
Well, because fuck off. Because I finished watching it, and then the 4th one hadn't come out yet, so I was like, okay, I'll wait.
It's all on Netflix. You got no excuse.
Excuse me, I'm talking. And then it came out, and I was like, I'm on something else at this point, so I'll catch up to it. I haven't caught up to it yet.
So good.
Oh yeah, it started to annoy me because I'm like, okay, nothing kills this guy. He keeps getting whacked on the head, shoved in a hole, and then pulled back out again. I'm like, come on, think of something else. Like, he gets his skull, he gets his skull cracked open. He's like, yeah, I'm fine. You're like,
yeah, gets shot.
What?
Yeah, gets beaten. He gets his mouth sliced open.
Yeah, he gets cracked in the head. You're like, well,
but he's Tommy Shelby, isn't he? Tommy, I was dick in my mouth.
Wait till the camera's off to do that. Jesus Christ. Go in the bathroom. Bloody hell.
What
was that we're talking about? Not on buses. There we go. Tie it all back. Here we go. Well done. That's how you do it.
But he Tommy Shelby. It's like gross.
He's naughty as well. He's a bit tasty. He is as well.
Yeah, but only as Tommy Shelby.
A Scarecrow, not so much. in 28 Days Later, not so much.
Oh.
In Inception, he's a bit too
Inception.
Too much of a wimp.
Cillian Murphy is in Inception.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Inception.
Inception. Yeah, he's the target.
What?
For the whole film, he's for the main thing. He's the main target.
Oh my god, I do not remember that. I have to watch that again.
Christopher Nolan has like a select choice of cast, so he likes Michael Caine, Tom Hardy,
everyone.
Cillian Murphy. Killian? How would you pronounce? You pronounce Killian.
Killian, yeah.
I'd be interested to know.
Cillian
does sound weird.
Cillian.
Because I started saying Killian, and then people were like, no, it's Cillian. Okay, it's Cillian. So
I feel like Killian.
Killian sounds better.
Yeah, and Cillian.
Grace.
Grace.
My name's Cillian Murphy. Yeah. It's not even his accent.
Grace. Oh, it's so good. And Arthur as well.
I think he's naturally just English, I think.
He's Irish.
Is it? Oh, Killian. Fucking stupid question.
I think it's like Nolan. Nolan.
Kills all the accents then, because 28 Days Later, English.
Oh, is he English in that?
Yeah, good film.
Oh no, it isn't.
Shut up.
Absolutely not.
Peaky Blinders, Birmingham, and then he does an American accent as well.
Oh, I have to watch that.
There's another one where he plays I think he's like a stalker killer or something. He's very good.
It's a fucking good series.
He gets like stabbed in the neck with a pen and he keeps going. You're like,
ugh. Why does he play all these parts? What's wrong with him?
He's great. He's just good at being a psycho.
Nutter, mate.
Yeah,
I actually
he's
started.
still hot though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only if he was Tommy Shelby.
Is it the accent and the dress, is it?
Well, the thing is, Birmingham accent does not do it for me.
Of course not. It's Birmingham.
It's fucking shit, isn't it?
Who what's? Hi Tash, lovely to see you. Ooh. Who the fuck was that?
Like they all just sound like they're moaning all the time.
Yeah.
Like they all just sound like you could be like the most beautiful man, and you open your mouth and you're from
You're like,
Birmingham.
hello Tash.
Yeah.
You're like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Dry. Fuck off.
So
No
that's
way.
like, that's one of my questions now. Are you from Birmingham?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah, that's you're welcome.
Yeah.
Normal
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
But no, it's Tommy Shelby.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Mm. I think. Is it just about his whole like?
It's just him.
It's just the dead stare,
Yeah.
the dress, and you know he could kill you kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Murder.
But but it's also the fact that it's like nobody fucks with Tommy Shelby. Do you know what I mean? And
and he never smiles.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if like you were his, like you'd belong to him, that kind of thing. Like
Interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
communication. All comes
Yeah,
back to communication.
From him, none. You get
Oh,
nothing
yeah,
from
that's
him.
true. But,
Yeah, you'd just be a lot of smoking and drinking. That's it.
yeah.
Occasionally, actually, no, quite a lot of shags from him actually as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the best scene, so to be honest.
I find it really uncomfortable when they do trying to have sex scenes in films. I'm like, if you're gonna do this, just make a porn. Like, either just don't do it. Like,
I really like sex scenes.
no, I don't. They don't really do them very well. Have you seen 300? You've seen 300, right?
Yes, I have. I
All
thought
those-
you were going to say
all those
a
oily
different
men.
one then. I thought you were going to say 365 days.
Oh my god, a friend of mine, she sent me that and went, watch these particular scenes, and I was like,
She got the times.
yeah, I was like, this is just rape. I'm like, why are we watching this? Like, what the fuck is this film? And she was like, it's great. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why do you like this? She was
Sex
like, what?
positivity.
Not on what
Matthew.
this dude is doing. I'm like, no, he kidnaps a woman and you're having fun watching it. I'm like, no. No.
Sex positivity.
Yes, but not with that.
But if that's what people are into, consensual, non-consensual.
It's very blurred lines to me, mate.
Mm.
Very blurred. I was like, mm-mm.
I mean, the kidnapping, no. But when it becomes consensual, non-consensual play, then that's what you like. Go for it.
Clarify.
So, consensual, non-consensual. Better with a partner if you trust them, obviously. But it's
Well,
like...
otherwise, it's just you being like, yes, no, yes, no,
Yeah.
by yourself.
But
What?
basically, you consent, so it's consensual. You consent to anything they do, but during that moment, it's non-consensual. So you have previously consented, but during that moment, they're not going to ask you. They're just going to do whatever they want to you. But then
Oh, right, fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like consensual, but it's called consensual, non-consensual play.
That's real confusing.
Because at the time, they're just going to do whatever they want. It's like dom sub kind of stuff.
So it's like you... Okay, but okay, to me, that's different. To me, that's I'm down for whatever, but it's not necessarily going to bring me pleasure.
But it depends if you're into it.
No, as in if it's... Like, there's that one scene where he, like, grabs that stewardess on a plane.
Oh, yeah. That's
I'm
not
like,
a nice thing.
no.
No.
That's definitely, like, no need for that.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that actually happens as well.
It's
I'm like, that's
very
really
real.
realistic. I'm like, that looks like that actually happened kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this, Brown Bunny or something? I'm like, what the fuck? Yes, I was like, no, not on board for that. Yeah, to me, it just seems that it's like, from what your description you're saying then, is that, yeah, it's like, okay, let's take it from a relationship perspective. I love you, I trust you. Whatever you do, I'm going to enjoy, so how about it?
Mm.
So, but that doesn't match what you just told me. Because it's...
Not in
because
that.
in general it is consensual, and I'm just enjoying the fact that you're enjoying me. Is what it seems like to me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think in that film, I mean,
Because unless your particular fantasy, unless you have a particular like intruder or rape fantasy or whatever, that's what it sounds like to me. From how you described it.
I mean, some people do.
They do fine. It's still really blurry because the issue I come across is that because I listen to some stuff which is like like medical and doctor stuff, or like psychology stuff, is I get weirded out when I consider some of it as traumatic reenactment. So I'm like, okay, this might be what you're into, but this is because you're reenacting a traumatic event that's happened to you in the past. So I get why you're doing this. You're taking control of the event that happened by making something that you now enjoy. But equally, I'm under the understanding that this is something that's happened before that you didn't enjoy at the time, but now you're changing. So I'm interested, like, okay, I'm out.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But people get off on funny things.
They do.
Like, I listen to a lot of sex podcasts, and
Guys, We Fucked is fantastic.
Guys,
We Fucked.
Oh, I have to listen to that one.
Horrible Decisions, very good as well.
Oh yeah,
very good.
But like, and a lot of it is like, you know, dominatrix and things like that.
Yep.
And like a lot of people are in like humiliation play and stuff like that, and like literally are lying on the floor crying while they're being completely humiliated, but also climaxing at the same time.
Do you find that's typically a guy who likes that, or women like that?
From what I've kind of looked into, it seems more men. Men enjoy that more.
Agreed.
Female dominatrix, like humiliating them.
Yep.
But yeah, people are into like.
Again, that's fine, but and again, it's understanding is to know that okay, you might be sexually incompatible with someone. Is to be like, all right, cool. I'm into this. You're not. This isn't going to work.
Communication.
Yeah, this isn't going to work. Yeah.
Communication. Because like that's why I think like, you know, if that's what people are into, sex positivity, I think great, as long as.
But it's just not for me.
No, as long as there's you know, you find someone that is into it and there's communication around it, and it's like the whole consensual non-consensual thing. You know, people might be into that. And as long as you find someone that you can do that with safely, then why not?
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
You know, all sorts of kinks and things like that. And there's actually a really interesting app called Field, which is basically like a kink app, and you go on there and it's like a dating app but for kink, and you go on there and just like
try and match up.
Yeah.
Like, interesting.
You put your desires in there, so whether it's like just sexting or threesomes or edging or cuckolding or anything like that. And then it's like a Tinder. So, you know, you look at people's pictures and then you match with them and then you chat and see if they want the same thing and stuff like that.
Fair play.
Yeah. So it's just like, it's good for people that want to explore, but safely. And
yeah, that's the fucking important thing, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like, STI safe, but also like emotional safety.
And physical is probably my number one.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I just think I'm all for people that want to explore. Just communication, because you might be into something that your partner isn't into, and then you know you're maybe not sexually compatible with each other.
Yeah, or I was gonna say, or your kink isn't necessarily healthy, but again, that just depends between you and the person, doesn't it? Yeah.
I don't necessarily think any kink is unhealthy, as long as it's utilised properly and safely.
If your kink is to get beaten,
if that's what you're into, as long as it's done safely and consensually, then why not? People are into pain.
True.
I just think.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
As long as it's consensual and respectful, then that's what you get off on.
I respect you.
Yeah. Then
this is what you want. Yeah.
Why not? See, sex positivity.
True.
That's what it's all about.
Very true.
How do we get back onto sex?
As I say, Big Bang Theory, everything's about sex.
Louise is going to be very angry with me.
Whatever.
Oh, this has been fun.
Well, it is 21 minutes past 4.
Is it?
So we've nearly done 3 hours.
What's your longest?
3 hours and 1.
3 hours and 1 minute?
We can do this.
We can
do this. We can do 11 minutes. We can do this.
Easy. What was the guy's name that you did it with?
Andy.
Wanker.
Yeah, I've done 4 or 5 with him, yeah.
Bloody hell, really?
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
It should be. It'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be good. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. Because you're from outside the pack, as it were. Because it's just been people that I kind of share sort of friendship groups with.
Well, yeah, I mean, I did have to invite myself.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I wish other people, if I wish, anyone else who sees it and wants to have a chat, I wish they feel so confident to be able to do so as well. That's cool.
Yeah, I just think it's really fun, and I've never
It is fun.
been on one before, so I was interested to kind of see how it works. And 3 hours of just talking about myself.
That's great. Isn't
Fucking
it?
Brilliant.
Yeah, I first started it. I felt compelled to do it because a lot of my I did it just because of like my way for my mates to kind of stay in touch, because we're all over the place. Like some of us are here, some of us are Mexico, some of us are in like Devon or whatever. And I just want to find like a place. Some people can't see all of us, like even with the shit lifted in summer because of like family members or whatever. I just want to try and have it so that even if people couldn't be in a conversation, they could listen to people they know having a conversation, still feel part of it.
Yeah, it's a really good idea.
Yeah, I just want to make more of an effort to stay connected, and this has just felt like something different to do.
But I think it's good as well, because I feel like this last year puts things like that in perspective. You suddenly realise things that you took for granted before. So I think that it's a good idea to be able to just reach out to people, and also the fact that you can do it online, can't you? You can do it virtually as well.
Yeah, little Zoom stuff. I mean, this is the first 20 or whatever I did all like in person, because it's online's fine, but you're like, I was trying to do one the other week and I couldn't get like 3 minutes in on the internet connection, just gone.
Yeah.
And you don't get the same sort of
well, I mean, that's what you said to me.
Back and flow, yeah.
Because you said like, would you prefer face to face or
Yep.
virtual? And I think this is better.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's really good.
Then, because you're right. Like virtually, just can't rely on the internet, and you just can't have the same interaction, can you?
Yeah.
How many have you done now?
This will be my 32nd.
How exciting!
I know. It'll come out on Wednesday.
Will it?
Yeah. So I'll try and do it. I'll try and release one a week.
Clever. Who's your next guest?
I've got one tomorrow. It's my boy Tom, who's been on here a few times as well. Trying to get one sorted for next weekend.
That's so cool. So exciting.
Keeps me busy.
Yeah, it's such a good idea.
It's just a bit of fun as well. And I've got all of this stuff lying around from my music stuff, so I was like, I might as well put it to good use.
Yeah, really good idea.
Yeah.
How exciting.
I know.
Oh, I'm going to listen to my own episode. Oh, God.
What?
I don't know. I'm just going to be like, why the fuck did I say that?
Yeah.
Why did I do that?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I shouldn't have said that. That's what I was so worried about, because I was really excited all week. I've been like, oh, my God, going on a podcast, like really excited. And then earlier today, I was like, fuck. Oh my God, I was just getting so nervous, like really, really nervous.
About what?
I don't know. I said to Louise, I was like, I'm going to say something fucking stupid.
Well, I mean, you probably have, but so what?
I don't know.
No matter.
I like say something I'm not allowed to say. Like Jew.
Jews.
Jews.
I can't believe you go Jew. Do you watch Hunters and take notes?
Honestly, like
even though that's about Nazi hunting, but still.
Yeah. Well, that's the point I want to make. That's not the type of hunters we are. Okay.
You're like bird watchers.
Yeah. We literally go like, oh my God, I've got an orthodox view. Yeah.
Oh God. There's another one I listen to where you've got the two hosts. They're husband and wife, and they're both comedians, so it's fucking excellent. But they've got a studio. They've got like 3 or 4 guys in the studio doing different bits. And it's brilliant because you always hear the laughter from the guys in the studio. So they'll say something, and then in the background they'll just hear the screaming laughter. And one of them is Jewish as well. And he's always talking about how much he hates the Jays, as he calls them. he's like, yeah, he hates the Jays. They're like, you are? He's like, I still hate him. It's so funny.
That's funny.
It's
we actually think that we might be Jewish, to be honest.
How do you mean?
Well, my nonna Italian. Maiden name is Framba, but originally came from Framberg.
Oh yeah, it could be.
Yeah, and had to change it during the war when they came from Italy to England. And then it's just kind of adapted, and so now Framba. So, but actually, we've kind of had conversations about it. My sister's very excited.
So that's interesting that they had to change it from Italy to England. I get it from changing it like in Germany at the time, because obviously.
Yeah.
But that's weird that they changed it when they came over here.
Yeah, and I mean, but we don't know we don't really know much Italian. Well, we don't know any Italian. We don't really acknowledge our Italian heritage, because when they came to England, they weren't allowed to speak Italian. They only had to speak English. They were only allowed to speak English, and they had to kind of hide the fact that they were Italian and everything.
Oh.
So it kind of got lost, which is a shame.
Why? Because of Mussolini?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a weird time for Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like my nonna never learnt Italian. Her mum was Italian and stuff, but there you go.
I fucking love Italy. Italy's cool.
I know.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I went to Rome about 4 years ago. Mental.
Yeah, I went 8 years ago. Yeah.
Fucking mental.
Love it.
Literally just like, there's no rules on the roads.
Oh, no. But that's the thing I noticed about the drivers are insane, but their brakes are amazing.
Yeah.
Like, they just stop. And you're like, how? You're going like 80.
Yeah, and they just like go in and out. It's fucking terrifying being in a car in Italy.
Yeah, it's interesting that the pedestrians have right of way. So, like, you just step out on the road and everyone's like... and you're just gone again.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, no, Italy was nice.
It just blew my mind because I'm like looking around, I'm just seeing all this stuff. I'm like, this shit has been here for more than 2,000 years and it's still fucking here. I was like, what the fuck?
I know.
Like, it's nuts.
What do you think of the Colosseum?
Awesome. Well, the exterior, I was like, this is so big. I went in, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I agree. The outside, I was like, fuck.
Yeah,
like,
if you never go in, it's fine.
Yeah, but the inside, I just feel like there wasn't enough information. There needed to be more kind of places where you could read things, like that told you about, like, you know, I mean, obviously we know what used to happen, but like more information about what used to happen there, where the emperor would sit, what it would mean, where peasants would sit. Do you know what I mean? Like information like that, rather than you just go in and it's just like a derelict.
I think the problem is because the areas that are the most interesting, I mean, like, obviously the whole floor's gone, so it's just all the pits underneath. We probably you can't have tourists going in because it would just fade away. I think it's the problem.
But it's mad though when you think about it.
Yeah. What they should be able to do is have like a drone tour or something.
Yeah.
So they've done it, and then you just like put on a headset or whatever, and you can go wherever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that'd be quite cool. Like a virtual reality one would be cool.
Yeah.
Actually go through it, and then they can recreate it however they wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. But
think about it, Colosseum. Do it for next time when you're allowed back open.
And then thank us.
Yes. Us, me.
I brought it up.
Bitch, I said drone.
Yeah, but I said plaques. You wouldn't have said drone.
My plaque is. I'm not suggesting plaques. You're suggesting plaques. Yeah, don't do plaques as shit. Don't do that.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have suggested drone if I would have said plaques.
I could have. You don't know.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have.
You don't know. You're not God.
That's what you think.
I hope not. Otherwise, I've had some really weird thoughts about you. You don't exist.
You're not religious, are you?
No. We went to a Roman Catholic primary school.
I know.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Promptly became extremely atheist when I went to year 7. So there you go.
Mhm.
I think it's when you see what the fuck is that.
Oh, it's my fidget cube.
I wonder what was going on.
Yeah, I'm not clicking it because.
You did.
Yeah, I did click it, and then realised clicking it.
This is just more ASMR. It's just background noise. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my fidget cube. So I was like twisting it.
May I?
No.
It's like a poor man's bop it.
Oh, bop it.
Spit it. Flick
it.
Pull it. Bop it.
Yeah.
Fair play.
I have anxiety, so sometimes it helps me settle.
It's a good Black Eyed Peas song.
Anxiety?
Yeah, it's from Ella Funk. It's like track 7 or something.
Oh, alright.
It's probably not.
You know your Black Eyed Peas.
Clearly not, because that's the one of 2 songs I know from that album, so there we go.
Oh.
It's good. It's a very good song, though.
Oh, have to listen to it.
Yeah, it's weird. You listen to it, you're like, this is Black Eyed Peas? Because it doesn't sound anything like them.
We listened to a song the other day, but I can't remember. My brother always like, pump it louder.
Oh, God.
Pump it louder.
I just thought that was a really good joke song. I thought it was really funny. Because it's taking the piss out of, they take the soundtrack from Pulp Fiction, and that's the intro.
Ah.
That's Pulp Fiction.
Oh, which brings me right back round.
To sex?
2 things. No, surprisingly.
No.
What you were saying about Christopher Nolan, and he has a certain selection of actors. Quentin Tarantino is the same, and Tim Burton as well.
Tim Burton is basically just Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter for everything.
Yeah.
He did a weird film though. I think he's done like a Batman or something.
What, recently?
No, like 20 years ago or something.
Oh.
He's done something really off character, and you're like, huh? What
But yeah, Quentin Tarantino.
Who are his?
Well, Leonardo DiCaprio. He's in a lot of them.
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson.
You got Pulp Fiction and like Django.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. Good
And
point.
he's in. Fuck. Oh my god, it's my mum's favourite movie. Oh, it's one of my favourite ones. It's got
Unbreakable.
No. It's got
That's not
Christian Bale. What's his name? Christian
Keanu
Slater.
Go on.
And it's got basically it's like the first movie he ever wrote. True Romance.
Oh, good. Very good film.
What a movie.
Very good film.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh,
love that film.
Such an amazing movie.
What do you think of Reservoir Dogs?
Love that film.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
That one freaked. I was really surprised about the whole like ear thing. I was like, oh shit.
I know. He was fucking nutter in
yeah,
that,
you're like,
wasn't he?
whoa.
Yeah. But such a clever film, I think.
Very good.
Especially like Mr. Pink and Mr.
Yeah,
Brown.
all the whites and everything.
Yeah, the whole concept of it is the fact that they don't share names, they can't share any information.
I mean, you've got like Harvey Keitel, you've got Tim Roth, you've got
Sean. Oh no, Penn.
Sean Penn and John.
Yeah.
No, Steve Buscemi. That's it. Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
He's the one that's freaking out all the time.
Yeah. But I just think his movies are just really good.
I was talking about it with a mate the other day, and we were saying that nothing happens in the films, but there's a lot of talking.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
Like,
but you're fucking like in
yeah,
it.
you're like,
Yeah, really. Have you seen the new one?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like not my favourite,
Mm.
but when you know that it's like a real true story, that you are like, fuck.
I liked Inglourious Basterds as well.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
good.
a good one. And I love what's his name?
Brad Pitt.
Oh well. Yes.
Michael Fassbender.
Oh yes, but no, not him.
I love me some Fassy. He's very good.
Do you?
Very good.
Oh no, you know in Django.
Jamie Foxx.
No.
Christopher Waltz.
Yes.
Love
him.
He's great.
Oh, I
yes.
love him.
Oh yeah, that's another one. Christopher Waltz. Yeah, Christopher Waltz. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in
two.
Bastards
Yeah.
as well, isn't he? Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. They're both in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and
Yes.
Leonardo DiCaprio's in Django.
Yep. Christopher Waltz is in Django and
Yeah.
Glorious.
But he always has like the same kind of selection of act. But also Samuel L. Jackson was in that one, The Hateful Eight or something like that. He was in that.
I
And
think Waltz was as well.
yeah, and Leonardo DiCaprio was in that one. But
Channing Tatum was, yeah.
Random.
With a massive beard. You're like, okay.
Yeah, but see that one, I was quite disappointed with.
Yeah, same.
I thought I was expecting like a much bigger twist, and then it just kind of went like. Oh. At first, I really liked it because it was like. Oh,
yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
Yeah, like didn't really know, and then it was just a bit like. Oh, okay.
See, you've got a good brain for movies. What are you talking about?
That I do because I've seen these movies more than once.
Fair enough.
Okay. I'm going to rephrase it. Not a movie memory. I'll say a series memory. So, for example,
Hang on. When you say you've got a series memory, it sounds like you're good at remembering series.
Oh yeah, no, a poor series memory.
Okay.
So, for example,
And poor book memory.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh god, yeah, really bad.
Yeah, books. What are books?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
But like with certain
That's a
series,
book.
but like with certain series, I'll watch it the whole way through, and then it'll be like, oh, the new series of like
Breaking Bad.
yes. Oh, so I've seen that.
Yeah.
Couldn't really tell you.
Oh, me neither. Mm.
Yeah, no idea what really. I mean, I know what it's about, but if I watched it again, I'd be like, I do not remember any of this shit.
I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
I think that's unique to that. I think that's specifically that
It's quite a
series,
hard
though.
one,
Is you're
though,
like,
isn't it?
what the fuck?
But
Yeah.
it's like I'll watch a series and I'll be like, oh, who's this character? And they'll be like, they've been in it since the beginning. I do not remember this guy.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, but so I have to usually watch things more than once. But movies, movies. I'd say that maybe I do like movies. I like a movie.
We've done it.
Have we?
Yeah, that's probably
Virtual high five. Well, not virtual. Yeah.
3 hours and 7 minutes. What we're looking at.
Woohoo!
We're very good.
We are good.
Very good.
Look at that.
Do you want to find a way to sign off? Do you want to do any little trills or anything?
What do people normally do?
Thank you very much for listening. Hopefully we'll do this again.
Can you say the word?
No.
Can we say it together?
Okay.
Should we count down?
Yeah, you
Right.
actually have to say it though.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Cowabunga.